A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
United States Armed Forces Radio Service. We present The Salt of the Earth, a drama based on an episode in The Greatest Life Ever Lived. In the town of Nazareth this early morning, everything is peaceful and quiet, as the first bright rays of the rising sun cast their golden light on the small white houses. In only one house is there anyone awake to greet the dawn. And for that home, this is the end of a night of watchful waiting. Now the woman of the house tiptoes softly to the side of her husband, who is staring out at the growing brightness of another day.
Jonathan.
Oh, Sarah. Well, have you noticed any change in her?
None. Her head still burns fierce. Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan, is there nothing more we can do?
We've done all we can. Except one thing.
What Mordecai told us about.
Yes. If the Master is gifted with these great powers, surely he would help such a child as our Abigail. They say his touch, or even a few words from his lips, will heal anyone, be he lame or leper. Surely if he can do that, he would do it to save a child.
Oh, then find him. Bring him here. Or let us take Abigail to him. But it must be quickly, else it will be of no use. No use at all.
Mordecai said the Master was to be here within a day. Then he should be close by the town. I shall go searching for him. Now.
May God guide you to him. For the poor child's sake. How much more can she stand? How much?
Please, Sarah. Now is the time of restraint. If you should give way now, who will this family rely on? For you are our strength, Sarah. Be patient and do all you can till I find him. I will rouse Mordecai now, and he will take me to the Master. Mordecai! 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 Oh, Rachel.
Jonathan. The child, how is she?
No better. That's why I'm here. Where is Mordecai? He must take me to the Master at once. I must find him. He must help my child.
Oh, Jonathan.
What is it? Why do you look so strange and tremble so?
Jonathan, he isn't here.
Mordecai isn't here?
No. Yesterday afternoon there was word from his brother. He had to go to Cana to see him. It seemed urgent. He left at once.
Oh, no.
It's true. True.
Then who will take me to the Master? How will I find him?
Mordecai left word. He said that the Master is coming here to Nazareth from the north.
From the north? Then he would travel only one road. I shall find him by myself. I shall find him.
If you would find him, look for the 12 who are his apostles. Peter or Andrew or Philip or Thomas or Matthew. Any of them will see that you get your help from the Master. And when you stand before him, be full of faith and humility. Speak to him as you would to God.
Yes, Rachel. I shall remember all of that. Now I must go seeking his apostles so they may lead me to him. The child must be saved. She must.
Well, Matthew, there it is, Nazareth, ahead there.
What did you say, Andrew?
Matthew, what is it? You're worried about something.
I've noticed it too, Andrew.
Have you, Thomas? Then surely you can find out what it is. No one can uncover more with a few questions than you, Thomas.
There's something which has put those wrinkles of worry in Matthew's face. But if he's brooding on some secret he chooses to hold within himself, who are we to pry?
You will stop taunting me, both of you?
Matthew, I have no desire to taunt you, but after all, we've shared our last crusts of bread together. Wouldn't it be as well to share our thoughts?
Philip, perhaps you're right. Maybe I should speak out, for I think this does affect us all.
Well then, Matthew?
Thomas, Andrew, Philip, I don't like to say this, but I believe we have disappointed the Master.
Disappointed? But how? What have we done?
I don't know.
Surely there would have been some word, some sign.
Wait, Thomas. Perhaps Matthew is right. Perhaps there has been a sign which we haven't noticed.
That's what I mean, Philip. Right now we walk on ahead toward Nazareth, yet the Master has remained far behind us on the road.
He often seeks solitude, to meditate.
Yet this time I felt it was different. We've been sent on ahead for some purpose. Perhaps for us to meditate. What have we done which is wrong?
If we examine ourselves, we should know.
Yes, Philip. And we should try to examine ourselves as though we were the accused. Should ask ourselves questions without favor or prejudice. That should uncover our errors, if there be any. Now first, which of us has turned from any person needing help? Is there anyone among us who has done that? Is there? I see. No one. Then we should go on to
Thomas.
What is it, Andrew?
Look, off there on the road.
A lone figure of a man. Oh, what's strange in that?
I believe he comes to find us. He's waving to us, beckoning us.
So he is Andrew.
You men! Are there 12 of you? I've been trying to count you as you came along the road. Are there 12?
He has come seeking us.
Perhaps he comes to warn us of some danger to the Master. The Master has spoken of danger several times in recent days.
I think maybe you're right, Thomas. The man seems excited, worried. He may well be a friend of ours, though I can't remember ever having seen him before.
Then let's ask him. Friend, we are of the 12 who are closest to the Master. Why do you come seeking us?
Then it is you. Thank God. Thank God.
Oh, what is it, man? Why do you tremble so? Is there danger?
Please, sirs. You must take me to him at once.
What do you seek from him?
Friends, I have a child, a little girl. For some days now, a bad fever has been burning her little body. This child who was once laughing and gay now only whimpers in a feverish sleep and tosses in pain. There is only one who can cure her. Only one. Take me to him.
Of course, friend. Come with me.
With you, Andrew?
Yes, with me. For such a thing as this, the Master wouldn't mind an intrusion on his meditations. Has he ever turned from anyone in need?
I didn't mean that, Andrew.
What else could you mean?
Andrew, why you? Why should you take precedence over the rest of us? Did the man appeal to you alone for help? Very truthfully, I believe that I should take this man to the Master. Come, sir.
Now, wait, Thomas. How can you hold yourself up to be greater than the others?
I believe if the Master were asked now to choose which of us would be the greatest after him, he should choose me.
You? Matthew, Philip, Bartholomew, did you hear that?
Oh, please, sirs. My child. She must have help at once if she's to live at all.
Oh, one moment, man. Thomas, tell me, which of us was chosen first? You? Oh, no, Andrew and Peter. So what makes you think you're first among us in his preference?
Sirs, please. It's my child I'm thinking of. I don't care who it is who takes me to the Master, as long as I see him before it's too late.
This will only take a moment, sir. Now, it's true we were all of us chosen. Some first, some later. But, Andrew, you've gone into the marketplace many times seeking fruit. And you stop here and you stop there to examine what the merchants offer for sale. And here you buy an orange and there a pomegranate and so on. Now, Andrew, will you tell me that the first fruit you chose was the best?
What's that to do with it?
Answer me, Andrew. Hasn't it ever happened to you that you've chosen fruit at one merchant's stall only to see finer fruit later at another's? Hasn't it?
You're trying to muddle me. I don't like it.
All I'm trying to say is this. First chosen isn't always best chosen. Just as firstborn isn't always bestborn either. There was Esau first and then Jacob. And of many sons, Joseph was not the firstborn.
We're talking of us, not of fruit, nor of Jacob, nor Joseph. Peter and I were chosen first. To us, he said he would make us fishers of men. Before any of the rest of you even knew of it.
Andrew, I still
You ask too much, Thomas. Andrew, go on. You take the man to the master. You've as much as right as any of us, perhaps even more.
Yes, Matthew. I'll do that. Now, sir, if you...
Well, what is it, Andrew?
He was here a moment ago. Sir, where are you? I'm ready to take you to the master now.
Andrew, he isn't here.
But, Philip, he wouldn't have gone away. He needed help.
See for yourself, he's not here.
But his child, the little girl of whom he spoke so pathetically.
Yes. The little girl. Her body racked by a fever so close to dying. And we stood here and talked of which one of us should have the honor of taking this man to the master. And now he's gone.
This is an evil thing we have allowed to happen. We must go back and find the master at once. We must take him swiftly to the town. And let us hope we are not too late. For the child's sake. Surely, Philip, the master must be close by here.
Andrew, what good to say he must be when we can see he isn't?
But we've covered every inch of the road. Almost back to the place where he asked that we leave him by himself for a while.
What's to indicate he isn't still at that very same rock where he stopped to pray?
That was a long time ago, Thomas.
Yes, but he may still be there. You know very well when he prays, time means little to him. He must still be there. And we shall find him. Come.
Well, you see, Thomas, I told you. Here's the same rock. But the master isn't here. There's no sign of him.
And I was so sure.
You were very sure about a great many other things, Thomas, and just as wrong. You said you were to be first among us. You gave us all sorts of ways to prove your point. You're as wrong now as you were then.
Now, wait, Andrew.
Both of you, all of you, listen to me.
Yes, Matthew?
There shall not be another word spoken among us about who is to be the first until we find that man, or until we find the master and bring him to the bedside of that child who needs his help. This is a cruel thing we have done this day. We have allowed ourselves to bicker while a man stood by, terrified for the life of his child. So there shall be no more talk about anything except finding that man.
Yes, but where? How?
Your question can answer itself, Thomas.
Where? Well, we saw the man come toward us from the gates of Nazareth, so we know the town where he lives. How? We must go from house to house, if need be, to search for him.
Exactly. Come, all of you.
Sir, may I ask if you would know, is there a sick child in this town?
Sick child?
Yes.
Let me see.
Please, sir, quickly. There is little time to lose.
I am thinking. Give me a moment. Now, there was Zechariah. His son was ill.
It was not a lad that was ill, but a girl.
Now, see here. Don't tell me. Zechariah has no daughters, only sons.
But the one I'm seeking is a man whose daughter is ill.
Oh, I see. Well, now, let me think again. There was the silversmith, Aaron. Now, his daughter...
Yes, what about her?
fever. Bad fever.
Then that must be the one. Where can I find him?
Well, you could find him at the temple, most likely, offering a prayer of thanks.
Thanks? What for?
Why, his daughter. She recovered several days ago.
Then he's not the man. I must go on till I find the man who came to us for help.
Tell me, good woman, do you know of a sick child hereabout?
A sick child? Oh, yes. Simeon the Weaver had such a child.
And the child, a little girl, ill of the fever?
Yes, a girl. But if it was fever, one doesn't know.
Well, no matter what it is, if she's sick, we'll bring help to her.
I'm afraid not.
What do you mean, woman?
Dead. 2 days ago.
Dead? 2 days ago? No, you don't understand.
Don't I? Who stitched the shroud for the child? I did. Yes. She died. Poor child.
I'm sorry, woman. But it isn't Simeon's house I seek. I must go on. We must find that child.
Good day to you, woman.
Good day to... Yes, it's you, the Apostle Matthew who follows the Mass. My husband Mordecai and I have seen you with him many times.
Yes, it's I.
Come in, then. Perhaps you're hungry after a long journey. We have bread and cheese still left from the midday meal.
I have no time, woman. I seek a man whose daughter is ill, very ill of the fever.
A man with a child ill from the fever. Of course. It's Jonathan. And only this morning he went seeking the master, for the child is in a very bad way.
This morning, he went seeking the master?
Yes, on the road which winds into Nazareth from the north.
Then he's the man. Tell me, where does he live?
Look, I'll point it out to you. You see there, that house? Why, there are several men approaching that house now.
Why, it's Andrew and Philip and Thomas. I must join them quickly. Thank you, woman. Thank you. Andrew, Thomas, this is the house.
Yes, we know now. Each of us found out as we came to this part of the town. The man's name is Jonathan.
So I learned, too.
Then come, we must go in.
Oh, yes, but first, a moment of prayer.
Prayer?
That the child still lives. For if he doesn't, then the fault is ours, and I could never forgive myself. So a moment of prayer, brothers. Now, we shall knock.
Yes. Is there anything I can do for you?
Woman, you have a child, little girl.
Yes. Yes.
Then you must weep no longer. We have come to bring help to the child.
You bring help?
Woman, it isn't too late, is it? It can't be. Please, don't cry.
Who has a better right to cry? One moment she lay dying. And the next she was strong and well.
What do you mean?
Come, see for yourselves. You'll be the first to see her since it happened. Come. There.
Andrew. He's the man who came seeking our help. Yes. Is this the child who was so sick, woman?
You wouldn't believe it, would you?
No.
Father, first it was all a terrible darkness. And then it was as though I heard a voice call to me from far away. And a soft, gentle hand reached out to touch me.
Yes, dear.
And then when the hand touched me, the darkness began to go away. I opened my eyes, and I looked into the kindest face I've ever seen. The eyes seemed to shine in a way I'd never known before. And he took my hand and lifted me up. And I felt better. Better.
Oh, Abigail. Abigail, you're well again.
There. You see, sirs.
Friend.
Oh, it's you, Andrew.
We heard what the child said. It could mean only one thing. The master was here. It was his face, his gentle touch she spoke of, wasn't it?
Yes, friends. He was here. I found him on the road after I left the 12 of you.
Left us, yes, quarreling among ourselves, concerned with petty differences at a time when you needed help. We're ashamed of ourselves. Ashamed and very humble.
So the master came here without us. I wonder how, Jonathan.
I went on along the road in the direction from which you came. I found him and told him of the child, though I said nothing of you 12. It was he who suggested we return here by a different route across fields and through orchards.
A different route? I wonder why.
I don't know. I only asked him for help and followed along the way he led.
Where is the master now?
He has gone back to the place where you left him early this morning.
And we should go find him, brothers, at once.
The sun is almost setting. It has that redness which fills the sky just before it goes down.
And only this morning, Andrew, we saw it rise, and none of us suspected what a sad day we would make of this.
We must go to him and tell him.
I wonder...
We must tell him. It was our fault. He should be free to admit it. Don't you think so, Philip?
I don't know.
Is it his reproach you fear?
Not his reproach, but the hurt we might inflict upon him should he find out how selfish we've been. It's against everything he's ever taught us.
Yes, Philip. Then you think we shouldn't tell him?
I would rather not.
We'd best decide very soon. There I can see him standing by the very same rock where we left him alone at dawn.
Yes, and he sees us.
What will we do?
He beckons to us.
Then come.
And we tell him?
I don't know yet. We shall see.
He would speak to us, Philip. I can tell by his face.
What was it ye disputed among yourselves by the way?
Andrew. Philip. He knows there was a dispute.
Yes. And how can we tell him? You know how he teaches against pride and vanity? I can't tell him.
Neither can I. Nor I.
And certainly not I. For I was most guilty.
If any man desire to be first, the same shall be last of all, and servant of all.
He knows of our dispute, and even what it was about. Oh, Master, forgive us for the vain and proud way in which we spoke.
Yes, Master. We are humble now, and sorry. Very sorry. For as a result of our selfish seeking of a high place among all the rest, a child was almost lost. You yourself cured her by placing your hand upon her head and lifting her up. Yet we turn from helping this child to quarrel among ourselves.
Yes, Master. If the child had depended upon us, she would have died while we beckoned. We are guilty. Guilty.
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. Have salt in yourselves and have peace with one another.
Thomas, it's been night a long time now. If you don't sleep.
I've been watching the fire as it loses its glow, Andrew. Soon it will be dark, too.
It was an eventful day. I won't forget it, ever.
None of us will. Not that the rebuke was not earned. It was, many times over. Stings almost like salt in an open wound.
Salt again. First he talked of it. Now you talk of it. Why did he choose to talk of salt in that way? You know about these things, Thomas. You question and study more than I. Tell me, what did he mean when he spoke of salt losing its taste?
He called us the salt of the earth, since we are most precious to him. Who is closer to him among men than we?
None.
He chose us. He taught us. Ours will be the duty to carry on when he is gone. But if we, whom he called the salt of the earth, cannot follow his way, what a bad example we will be to all other men. And as he said, if salt loses its taste, what can you salt it with?
That's true. So if we don't follow his way, who else will there be to serve as an example after he is gone? That's our duty. And we must never fail in it again.
It is not only our duty, but the duty of all good people. On them is the burden to serve as an example to all. For if the good people desert the ways of goodness, who else shall there be to serve as an example of goodness?
It's far worse, then, for a good man to do evil than for a bad man to do evil, isn't it, Thomas?
Yes, Andrew.
I understand now. Tell me, Thomas, wasn't it strange that the Master should have taken a different road to Nazareth than the one we were on?
I've been thinking about that, too. And besides, he knew the nature of our quarrel, though no one told him.
That's right. Even this morning at dawn, he sent us on ahead of him. Why, it's as though he knew all of it was going to happen as it did.
Yes, Andrew. Yes. He must have known all along.
The Salt of the Earth, another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. The greatest story ever told was a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
greatest story ever told. This afternoon we present The Betrayal and the Crucifixion, the first of two Easter season dramas based on events in the greatest life ever lived. Our scene, Jerusalem. Great city standing proudly upon the crest of a mountain, and crowded this day with worshippers from all parts of Judea and Galilee who have come to pray at the temple and to celebrate the Passover. But by the city gate the crowd is greatest, for many have come to see the entry of one of whom they have heard strange and wondrous tales. And now someone spies him as he rides toward the city gate upon the back of a donkey, and a great cry goes up. And from the cheering crowd suddenly are produced palm branches, and they are strewn in his path. Yet there are many who watch not from the street, but from the high and secluded terraces and parapets of stately buildings and palaces. From one terrace watches a man named Joseph, who is of the place called Arimathea, and beside him stands his wife.
Joseph, how they crowd round him and strew his path with palm leaves and flowers.
Yes, my dear. It's an amazing thing to behold.
They must love him so.
They do. And yet, it's been truly said that no one can be loved by some without stirring jealousy in the hearts of others.
What a strange thing to say at such a time.
My dear, there will be those who will watch and ponder about this thing we see below us now. Yes, there will be those.
And upon the parapet of another princely palace stand two men, one named Caiaphas and another named Annas, priests both of them, and both men concerned by the spectacle they witness.
Well, Annas, do you see? Do you hear? Palm leaves and hosannas.
Yes, Caiaphas, but it will pass.
Will it? Have you ever seen such a reception for anyone in your lifetime?
No.
So something must be done.
Done? What? Why?
Fool! He has captured the people. If they follow him, what becomes of us? What is a high priest without followers?
True, but what can we do, Caiaphas?
Well, something must be done. Look at them. Listen to them. Well, this will change. It must change. And I think I know how. So your name is Judas. Tell me, how long have you known him?
It doesn't matter.
Don't tremble so, Judas. You're safe here. No one will ever know it was you. Now tell me how long.
If you persist in asking questions, Caiaphas, I won't do it. I'll leave.
Well, I suppose one shouldn't look for noble qualities in an informer.
You shouldn't have said that.
No, don't go. It was a badly chosen word. Now then, where will we find him?
The garden. Gethsemane. Late at night. But all his disciples will be there.
Then how will we know which one is he?
I've thought about that, too. It must be done in a manner that won't give me away.
And that would be?
The kiss of greeting. What could be more usual?
Then the one you kiss, we take.
Yes, sir.
Very good. We'll be there. Now, how much?
I don't know.
I asked how much.
I don't have time to bargain. I have to get back and join the others for the feast.
Well, then is 30 pieces fair?
I don't know.
Well, what do you usually get?
Now, see here.
Yes?
All right. 30.
I was prepared for that. You'll find the 30 pieces in this pouch. Now,
Judas. Get on to your feast.
Peter, did you notice?
What, John? You mean how calm and peaceful the master seems?
And look at Judas. The last to enter. He glances about as though he were afraid of something.
The master is the one who should be afraid. His hour is coming as he foretold it to us, yet he's said nothing. He's done nothing.
Wait, Peter. He's reaching for a basin.
Master, here. Here's the basin and a pitcher of water. If you desire to wash, Lord, allow me to help.
Peter, look.
Master, no. You kneeling at my feet. Oh, no, it cannot be. I should kneel at your feet. Master, you wash my feet. It's I who should wash yours.
What I do, you know not, but you shall know hereafter.
Please, Lord, you shall never wash the feet of one so undeserving as I.
If I wash you not, you have no part of me.
Then, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Lord, has anyone ever shown greater humility? Now he's beginning to wash the feet of the others also.
If I, then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. Verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than the master.
It is somehow the beginning of the end, John.
Yes. As though the washing of our feet were the first step toward what will end as he prophesied to us only 2 short days ago.
If he would say a word or give a sign, I'd offer my life in his place. I would.
No one can offer his life in place of the Master.
Look, he's saying a prayer over the bread now.
And he breaks it into little pieces.
Do you see how many pieces?
9, 10, 11, 12.
Means one for each of us. Come, we must pass them down the table to the others.
This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me.
But, Master...
Peter. The chalice of wine, Master, is that what you reach for?
I'll fill it, Master.
He's blessed it, Peter. Now take it. Pass it for each man to drink.
Yes, John.
This is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Now I say unto you, one of you which eateth with me shall betray me.
Is it I, Lord?
Is it I, Lord?
Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord?
Is it I, Lord?
Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord?
He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall he betray me.
Master, is it I?
Thou hast said. That which you do quickly.
I'm going to stop him, John.
If the master had wanted him stopped, wouldn't he have said so?
But you heard it just as I did. What's the matter with all of you? Will you let that traitor go? Will you let him betray the master? Well, I won't. If it costs me my life, I'm going after Judas. I'll stop him. It seems I'm the only one who's brave enough.
Wait, Peter. The master would speak to us.
You will all be offended this night because of me.
No, master. Not I.
For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered.
No, master, no. If the others be offended because of you, I will not. Oh, no, not Simon Peter. I'd go to prison with you. I'd even go to death with you. Believe me, master.
I say unto you, this day, even in this night, before the cock crows twice, you shall deny me 3 times.
No, Lord. If I should die with you, I would still not deny you. Not in any way. Not in any way. How many times have we been here in this garden of Gethsemane, John?
It's one of his favorite places.
Look. The way he kneels off there, all by himself. To know the fate that's facing him and yet not try to escape it.
He wouldn't be the one we think he is if he were to try to escape.
But to die in that way, surely he must know what suffering that means. What a bitter cup it is to drink.
That's why he prays, as he does now.
Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. Simon, sleepest thou?
What? Master. Oh, Master, forgive me. I had fallen asleep.
Could ye not watch with me 1 hour?
Oh, Master, forgive me. John. What? James. Wake. Wake up, all of you.
Peter, what happened? Was I asleep, Peter?
We were all asleep.
Rise. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me.
Where, Master? I don't see anyone or hear any. Wait. John, do you hear? Marching men. Torches. The clank of armor. Soldiers. Master, there may still be time to save yourself. Come with us.
He won't move, Peter.
The knights will protect him. I have my sword.
Peter, can you see? Can you make out any faces in the flickering torchlight?
Soldiers, as I thought.
Yes, but that one there. He wears no uniform.
Look. He comes toward us now. Judas.
Go on. Which one is he?
Friend, wherefore are you come?
Hail, Master. I greet you with a kiss.
Nobody kiss me that way. Wait. First man to touch him will feel the cut of this sword. Stop.
Peter, put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
But, Master, shall I stand by helpless? Is there nothing I can do?
The one that threw this kiss around him. Lead him off. Fight.
breakfast at this hour of the night.
Am I not allowed here? Is it so secret?
I'm the sentry on duty here. It's my business to ask who you are.
I'm a poor man who's come in out of the cold of the night air.
Oh, then you can draw up a little closer to the fire.
Thank you. What goes on in there?
Trial.
Who's being tried?
That one they call the Master.
What do they say about him?
Mostly they talk about blasphemy.
He's never blasphemed.
Oh, no? How do you know so much about him? Are you one of his followers, perhaps?
No, I don't even know him.
Then you'd be wise to be quiet.
Yes, sir. Look, the door is opening.
You there, woman. Well, what's going on in there now?
They've just begun to question the Master himself.
What did they say to him? What did he answer?
Are you a friend of his? I think I've seen you with him, haven't I?
Me? No, woman, I don't even know him. That sound.
First sound of morning. What are you so alarmed about, friend?
Nothing. There's nothing to be alarmed about. I wonder how it's going in there. I wonder.
I can find out by opening the door. But be quiet, both of you. Caiaphas is questioning him now.
Why don't you answer the witnesses? What are the things they've said against you? I adjure you by the living God to tell us. Are you the Christ, the Son of God?
Thou hast said. Nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven.
Did you hear that? Yeah, we need no more witnesses. You've all heard his blasphemy. He's guilty.
Listen. Did you hear? Guilty. They say guilty.
Wait from that door. I told you to be quiet. Don't you know you could have got me into trouble shouting that way? They might have heard you. And
I don't care. They said he was guilty. Guilty.
Yes, we heard. But why are you so concerned?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's something strange about you. You must know him. You must be a friend of his.
If you are, they'll be wanting you inside, too, now that he's guilty.
No, wait. I don't know what you're talking about. Either of you. Leave me alone. I don't know him. I never did know him. There. You see? You forced me to say it. He said I would. You forced me to. You did. You did.
What's the matter with that man?
He ran off, crying. A big grown man crying. I don't understand. But the one inside, what will they do with him?
Do with him? He'll be on his way to Pontius Pilate now.
Well, Caiaphas, why have you wakened me so early?
If it wasn't important, Pilate, I wouldn't have had you roused.
This is just as well. There was no sleep for me anyhow. My wife moaning and tossing from a bad dream. Well, now, what do you want?
There is a man here upon whom the sentence of death must be passed.
Death? What's he done?
Blasphemed.
Blasphemed? Well, then, it's no affair of mine.
Even if he claims to be king here.
There's only one king. Caesar is his name. Oh, this may be serious. We'll have him in. We'll find out about this. Sentry, bring the prisoner in. In here. Well, now, tell me. Are you king here? Well?
kingdom is not of this world.
Indeed. One who talks of kingdoms could claim to be a king, after all. Well, do you?
Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth.
Witness unto the truth? What is truth? Why don't you answer me? Don't you know that I have the power to have you crucified?
You could have no power at all against me, except it were given you from above.
Indeed. Sentry, take him out of here. This way, King. Strange man.
And what is your decision about him, this pretender to thrones?
It's true he talked of his king.
Pilate.
Yes. Claudia, what are you doing here?
Pilate, I heard you talk to him.
Please, my dear, this is no matter for you to worry about.
Have nothing to do with that just man. I have dreamed about him. My dreams trouble me. Trouble me.
So that's why you tossed and moaned so in your sleep.
Pilate, this is no time for concern with dreams. This is a time for realities. What are you going to do about him?
Pilate, please, have nothing to do with him.
Remember, Pilate, word of this will reach Rome.
I see no fault in him. Yet, word of a king reaching Rome. Wait, I know. There's a way out. The custom to release one prisoner to the people at holiday time. I shall offer this man and one other. Let the crowd make the choice. But let it be taken out of my hands. Well, Sentry, where are the prisoners?
Being brought out, Excellency.
The one who calls himself a king. Was he scourged as I ordered?
Yes, Excellency, and even more. Call himself a king, will he? Well, we made a king out of him. We gave him a robe and a crown, too. Play the king before Roman soldiers, will he?
Crown?
Of thorns, Excellency. And it fits pretty close around his head. Not the most comfortable crown in the world, eh?
Is that him now?
Yes, Excellency.
I didn't know him with that purple robe.
Purple fit for a king, Excellency.
Bring him forth. And the other one, too.
Barabbas?
Yes, both of them. Bring them here before the crowd.
Yes, Excellency.
Sentry, silence the crowd.
Silence! The representative of Rome wishes to be heard.
In accordance with custom, I shall this day release to you one prisoner. 2 men shall be presented to you. One shall go free, the other shall die. Sentry, present the 2 prisoners. Here are the 2. This one is Barabbas, a robber. He has even killed. And this one is called Jesus of Nazareth. He claims to be king here. Well, now, which of these 2 prisoners shall I give you to be set free? Sentry, you've heard the choice. Turn Barabbas free.
And this one, Excellency?
And this one? And he shall carry his own cross to Calvary.
Yes, sir.
And one thing more. Bring me a pitcher of water.
Yes, Excellency. A pitcher of water for His Excellency. Yes, sir.
I'll pour it over my hands. I am innocent of the blood of this just man. Now carry out the order.
Yes, Excellency. Bring out the cross. Now place it on his back. And now send him on his
his way down the road to Calvary.
He hangs between two thieves, John. Did I follow him all the way from Magdala to see this agony?
And in the sight of his mother.
If only we could comfort her.
How can anyone comfort her? Now that a sword has pierced her soul.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Amen, I say to thee, this day shalt thou be with me in paradise. Woman, behold thy mother. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? I thirst. It is finished. Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit.
The greatest story ever told. This afternoon we present One Who Did Not Return, a drama inspired by an incident set forth in the 17th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke, a teaching from the greatest life ever lived. It is evening in Galilee. The sun of coppery red seems now to rest on a mountaintop, and the valley below is lit with a strange rosy glow of another passing day. Through the valley and along an empty road, two figures walk, stirring the dust as they go. As the men come closer to us, we can see that they are dressed in tatters, not in fine clothes, and their bearing is not proud, but the hunched walk of beggars who are afraid. Now, we can hear a strange sound. Yes, a bell. A sound of warning demanded of all lepers that they will not come too close to those who are clean and of healthy flesh. Yet there would seem to be no reason for this, for these men have not the look of lepers upon their faces. But now, as they draw near, we can hear one of them say,
Absalom. Yes, Nathaniel. Do you think this is a place to camp for the night?
I was not even thinking about that. But this bell, Absalom, why do you still carry this bell?
Shouldn't we still carry it?
There's no need any longer. Look at me, at my face, at my hands. Who would ever think that when that same sun rose this morning, we were lepers? Now we are whole and clean again. No more warning bell for us. We are healthy and clean. We need not fear anyone. We need not live in a cave in the hills or fear to enter a city or a town. Not any longer. So, throw that bell away.
Nathaniel, perhaps it's because I don't quite believe what I've seen that I still clutch this bell. I'm afraid to throw it away.
Afraid? Of what? You don't believe. Didn't we see it? Didn't we?
Yes, we saw it. The 10 of us standing far off and calling out to him.
9 of us.
10, there were 10.
One was a Samaritan. I don't count him.
Whether you count him or not, there were 10 of us. And we called out a warning to the master that we were unclean, yet he was not afraid, and he came close to us, and... Nathaniel, was it you who called out, Master, have mercy on us?
No, not I. I thought you said that.
I heard it, but I didn't say it. It must have been that Samaritan. Yes, it was.
No matter who it was, Jesus came close to us and healed us, even healed the Samaritan.
Yes, Nathaniel.
And now you don't believe it.
It's not that I don't believe it. It's more a feeling that it can all change, that we can be lepers again. I'm afraid, Nathaniel, I'm afraid.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Tonight we sleep in an inn like all other people.
Oh, no. A fire under the dark sky, not an inn.
Why not?
Well, suppose we went to an inn. Suppose in the morning when we woke, the signs of our sickness were evident once again. They'd stone us to death for having come into a town. No, this night we camp outside a town. We make a fire and sleep beside it.
There's no need
to... Nathaniel, please. I'm afraid.
All right. But if you feel this way now, how will you return to your house and your family 2 days from now? Will you be afraid of them, too?
I don't know. Only this night we build our fire and sleep out in the open. Please.
All right, Absalom. If you want it that way, we sleep here tonight. No? Who is it? Who moved in the darkness?
Nathaniel, I'm sorry I woke you.
What is it, Absalom? Have you heard strange sounds? Animals? Or thieves?
I couldn't sleep. I had to draw close to the fire.
It's dangerous sleeping so close to a fire.
I wasn't sleeping. I had to look once more at my hands to see if they were clean and whole.
Well?
They are. They are.
Absalom. Absalom, is that reason to cry?
I can't help it. Now that I believe what I see, I can't help it.
I know. I know how you feel. 2 days from now, each of us shall be in his own home again. I shall see my wife and daughter. And you, your wife, and your 2 children. For us, it shall be as if we returned from the dead. That day long ago when I left, I said to Myra, think of me as dead from now on. And yet, in 2 days from now, I shall be returning, alive, well again.
I wonder what Miriam will say when she sees me. And Saul and Deborah. No, Deborah will not even know me. She was only 4 when I left them. She must be 9 now, or even 10. How could she remember?
Will you stay awake all night and try to puzzle that out? In 2 days, you shall know whether she recognizes you or not. And even if she doesn't, she'll know you from now on. So, go to sleep. We have a long, tiring journey tomorrow.
You're right, Nathaniel. Only, I've been thinking of something else, too. That Samaritan. You know, we were very cruel to him.
He's a Samaritan. It's of no account.
He may be a Samaritan, but yet, Nathaniel, he did something none of us did. When we were healed, he went to the Master, fell at his feet, praised God.
So?
We didn't do that.
True.
Well, Nathaniel, was it right to take God's blessings at the hands of the Master and then not even thank him? Was it right? Tell me honestly, Nathaniel.
Well, perhaps we did do wrong.
Yet the Samaritan did the right thing, and we've looked down upon him. We thought ourselves better than he, and yet we were far worse, guilty of ingratitude and hatred. Nathaniel, we must right this wrong in some way. There must be. Wait, I know. As soon as we have seen our wives and families, we shall go back and find the Master and thank him as we should have in the first place. In this way, we will make amends for what we failed to do. Agreed?
Absalom, haven't we spent enough of our lives in wandering? We owe our families something, don't we? We can't set off on another long journey as soon as we return home. It isn't fair to them.
Oh, Nathaniel, I tell you this, I shall do something. I will never rest till I've knelt at the Master's feet and thanked him for healing me. Believe me, I shall never rest.
Who is it? Who's there?
How can you tell if you won't even open the door?
Who is it? Your voice is familiar, and yet... Wait. No. No, it can't be.
Miriam. Yes, Miriam, my darling, it's me. I'm back. I'm home again. Don't be afraid. Look at me. Look at my face, my hands. Miriam, I know. I know how you must feel. It's been so long. Now, my dear.
Oh, Absalom. I never expected, and I'm crying. There's no way to breathe you.
Cry, my dear. Cry it all out. You have a right to cry after so long. Go on. Yes, go on. And later I will tell you everything that happened. And also a vow I have made. Yes, Saul, you're big. Bigger than I thought you'd be. And strong, too.
Thank you, Father. And you look so well. The last time
I shall never talk about the last time, Saul.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Oh, come now. No sharp words. Not now. Just look at Deborah as she stands there and stares at me. Well, my dear, I'm your father. Yes, your father. And I'm back to stay. Are you glad to see me?
Yes, sir, I am. But it's like a dream. Mother used to tell us that you'd gone away for all time.
Deborah, please.
But you did.
Well, I know, but there was a reason, and who could know?
You needn't be ashamed, Miriam. What else could you have told him? But you have no apologies to make. You've done well with him. Saul so big and strong, and Deborah so nice looking, so pretty. And this house, not what we had once, but clean and fresh and well kept. Must have been difficult for you, my dear.
I help.
And I, too.
Of course. You're good children. Your father's very proud of both of you. But from now on, things will be different. Your father shall take up his old trade again. We shall live better than this, and you shall have all the things you missed when I was gone. I shall not waste a single moment. This very day, I shall go into the marketplace and renew my acquaintanceships again. Yes, how surprised they'll be when they see me.
Absalom, you're going to take up your old trade again? Now, at
Why
once?
not? I'm healthy, strong, as well as I've ever been. Why not now?
But you told me last night about finding the master, about thanking him.
I shall do that in due time. But I have a duty to my family, don't I?
Yes, only I thought...
Have no fears, Miriam. I've always been a good man, a man who recognizes obligations and carries them out. Don't worry, I shall find the master soon, but in the meantime, I must make up to all of you for the sacrifices you've made while I was away.
If you want to do it that way, Absalom.
Please, Miriam. Don't cast any shadows over my homecoming. We must be gay and happy. There's been so much sorrow till now.
You're right, my dear. Now I must get on with preparing our first big meal in a long, long time. Come, children. You must help me. Both of you.
Miriam, you can't imagine what a stir there was in the marketplace and the offers of help from everyone. Every one of the merchants seemed to want to lend me money to help me set up my shop again. They couldn't do enough for me.
Oh, I'm so happy. I can tell you now I was afraid that starting again would be difficult.
Oh, quite the contrary. They look upon me as a very special person. Why, even old Ezra, you know what a skeptical old man he is. He looked at me and he wouldn't believe it at first. And then he embraced me and uttered a little prayer very softly. Miriam, you know there were tears in the old man's eyes.
Oh, he must have been greatly affected by it all.
Oh, he was. He said he was glad to have lived long enough to see it. And even he offered to help me if I needed help, but I had the very pleasant opportunity of being able to refuse.
Well, at least he offered. That's the important part. Well, now that you know you'll have no difficulty starting again, Absalom, wouldn't this be a good time to set out and find the master and thank him?
Set out now? When things are going so well?
Oh, Absalom, this morning you said you were worried about us, about helping us. Well, now that you know you won't have any trouble, you can go and find him with a free mind and no concern.
I don't know about that.
Why not?
Well, this might be just the first flush of enthusiasm. I must take advantage of it. I must use this time to establish myself. Once I'm established and things are on a firm basis, then I shall be able to leave and find him.
If you think that's the best way.
I can see you don't.
Please, Absalom, never think that I'm reproaching you. Perhaps I want to go because of the way I feel. In one instant, in the instant when I opened the door to find you standing there, whole and healthy again, my entire life was suddenly changed. From a life of constant worrying about you and fearing that you may have died and I would never even know about it. From all that fear and darkness and worry, suddenly the whole world seemed bright and cheerful again. Perhaps I want to go to him and give thanks too. Maybe that's why I feel so strongly about it.
Of course. And you shall go.
You mean you'll take me with you?
I insist that you come.
Oh, thank you, Absalom. You're still as kind and considerate as you were in the old times. And it won't take long to prepare. We can be on our way in one day.
In one day? Miriam, I didn't promise anything but that you'd go with me when I go. Of course, that may not be for several weeks yet. Certainly not until after the Passover.
Oh, I see.
After all, we must take care of first things first. Remember that, Miriam.
Yes, Absalom. First things first. Absalom, the child cried out.
Yes, I heard. It woke me from a deep sleep. We'd better go to her at once.
Oh, Deborah, my darling, what is it? What's wrong?
What is it, Deborah?
Oh, Father.
Yes, that's right. Hold tightly to your father, and you'll feel better.
Strange thing is this, Absalom.
I don't know. He's not ill, but frightened by something. I can feel it trembling against me.
Oh, let's find out what it is.
But, Deborah, there's no need to worry any longer. Everything will be all right. Your mother and father are both here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
But you won't always be here.
Of course I will.
You weren't. Not in the dream.
Oh. It was a dream?
Yes. And in the dream you went away again. And you were never coming back. Never.
But I did come back. I'm here now, am I not?
The poor child. I don't think she quite believes you're back. Not even after these weeks.
Deborah, listen to me.
Father, may I touch your face?
Why, of course. Go on. Touch. Now that you've touched my cheek.
I just wanted to make sure.
What do you mean?
I've heard people talk. I've heard them say things about lepers. I just wanted to make sure that you're all right now. Not the way you were in the dream.
And am I?
Your face is all right. It is.
Of course it is. Now. He made it this way.
The master?
Yes, my dear.
And surely he must be the most wonderful one in the whole world. Isn't he, Father?
Oh, yes, Deborah, he is. And you shall see for yourself. You shall see the one who brought your father back to you.
Absolutely.
Yes, Miriam. This has decided me. I shall go to find him. We shall all go. Saul and Deborah, you and I. We shall all thank him. We start tomorrow morning at dawn. strange, Miriam. Thus far, no one has been able to tell us of the master's whereabouts.
We've only traveled half a day. We've met so few people. Don't worry. Someone will know soon.
That one man we met, I wonder if he was right. Could the master have gone to Jerusalem?
We shall find out soon enough from others. We must be patient. After all, Absalom, look. A traveler coming towards us on the road. And from the south.
Yes. Yes, he may have word of the master's whereabouts. For if the master did set out for Jerusalem, he may have passed this man on the road. We'll find out. My friend, peace be with you.
And peace be to you likewise, friend. Tell me, could you spare me some water? I have traveled long, and my water skin is empty.
Of course, friend. There's enough for you to drink your fill.
Thank you for your kindness.
Here, friend. Drink from this skin of water, and then perhaps... Wait.
Well, what is it? Why do you stare at me that way?
I know you. Don't you know me?
Well, now that I take a good look, yes. Oh, wait, I know. You were one of the 10 that day.
And you were the one we turned from because you are a Samaritan.
Yes, I am the Samaritan.
I wonder, Nariah, did you ever forgive us for how we treated you? For though we looked down upon you, you were the one who acted best toward the master. You were the only one who stopped to worship the master and to thank God for healing us. It's strange that I should meet you this way.
Strange? Where should travelers meet but on the road?
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant it strange because on this very day I've set out with my family to right a wrong I did. We go seeking the master to thank him as I did not do on that day.
You have set out to find him?
Is it so difficult to believe? Because I did wrong one time, does that mean that I'm a man without conscience? Now I will find him.
Don't go on that way.
What is it? Why do you speak so?
In heaven's name, man, didn't you hear? Hasn't the word reached Galilee yet?
Word? What word? What is it, Nariah?
Absalom, you will never see him again.
What?
He is not among us any longer. Not as you saw him.
What are you talking about? I must find him. I must thank him.
It is too late.
Too late? Too late? What happened? Where? When?
In Jerusalem, during the feast of the Passover.
Only a few days ago. How?
On a cross.
Oh, no.
I was there. I saw it.
Miriam, what have I done? Why did I delay so long? Now I will never see him. Never. There is no way to thank him.
Oh, Absalom. Poor man, to carry such a burden on your conscience forever.
I wanted to. You know I wanted to. But it seemed so easy and so harmless to put it off to a more convenient time. Now there will never be time again. If only there was something I could do. But it's too late. Bitter words. Too late.
Absalom, do you sleep?
Sleep? How can I? Will I ever be able to sleep again with this thing on my conscience? The children, are they asleep?
Yes.
They must sleep from exhaustion. They're not used to sleeping out under the sky at night on hard ground instead of their own soft, warm beds. But I have slept this way many, many times. All us lepers huddled together. Then he freed me from such a life of suffering. Yet I did not even have the decency to thank him, and now I never can.
So many of us do that. Put off our obligations to God in favor of what we think are necessary things for us to do. And so the important things go undone.
Who owed him more than I? And yet, who treated him worse? I can never forgive myself, Miriam, never. This thing is like a heavy weight pressing against my heart. And it'll be so for the rest of my life. And the worst part is there's nothing I can do. I'm helpless and hopeless, too.
Absalom, perhaps there is something.
You heard what the Samaritan said. What happened?
Absalom, we set out to find him. Well, if not him, then at least let us find the last place we knew him to be.
You mean we shall journey all the way to Jerusalem?
Why not?
Of course, Miriam. We shall go. I will stand on the very spot, and there I shall ask forgiveness. It is little enough to do now.
And perhaps it will help.
No, I can never be a man with a clean conscience again. Nevertheless, we start for Jerusalem in the morning.
Here, Father? Did it happen here on this hill?
Yes, my child.
Absalom, shall we kneel?
Yes, all of us. Come, children. We shall kneel and pray here. Deborah, Saul.
Father, look.
That man. He comes toward us.
Yes, Absalom. I think he wishes to speak to us. And yet I don't know him. Do you?
No. Though there is something about him that seems familiar. I think I may have seen him before, but I cannot say for sure. Be quiet, all of you. I shall talk to him. Sir?
Yes, friend?
You seem to have been coming toward us as though you would talk to us.
True.
Why? For you don't know us, do you?
You have come here to this spot. Surely you were about to pray.
Would you stop us?
No. But I would like to know who you are and why you've come here.
Once there were 10 forlorn and hopeless lepers who crouched by the side of a road and cried out pitifully to him, asking for his help. And he helped them. Healed them all.
I know. I saw it.
You were there that day?
I saw 9 men go off healed, with no words of praise to God, while one did draw close and kneel and give thanks. And that one was a Samaritan. Yes, I was there.
Well, I was one of the other 9.
Oh.
One who did not return. So I've come here to offer my thanks. But too late.
Then you know.
I know. And I know how evil I've been in putting off this holy duty so long that it is now too late. I will never be able to live at peace with myself again.
You know, I felt that way myself once.
You?
Yes. For I denied him 3 times to save myself. Yet he knew and he forgave me.
Who are you?
Peter is my name.
Oh, yes. I've heard of you. One of his dearest apostles. So you were forgiven. Well, not I. I thought it was easy to say 10 to the necessities now and find time for God later. But suddenly it was too late. I shall never forgive myself. Nor will he forgive me now.
But what if he did?
After the way I acted, why should he?
Because he knows our frailties, our human faults.
You think he would forgive me? You think there's a chance?
Depends on you. He never sought anything but that men should follow in his Father's way. That would be thanks enough, repentance enough.
You believe that?
I do. I know now what I must do for the rest of my life, and I shall do it. Perhaps you can learn what you must do from these very words I heard him speak on that last evening when all his disciples gathered round him.
He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. and I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
Through learning his commandments and keeping them, I shall be able to find him again and thank him.
Yes, my friend.
And teach me. Teach us all that we may know his way of love and brotherhood and follow it. Yes, from this time forth, I shall never again put off my duty to God. For I have learned now that suddenly it can be too late for any man.
Next week, on this same network at this time, we will present another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today you shall know the truth. A drama based on set forth in the 8th chapter of the Gospel according to St. John. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. The poor of Galilee are washed by the waters of the great sea. The sea itself is important to all Galileans. Both come the vessels of commerce which link Galilee with Rome, with Egypt and Crete. Goods of all kinds are carried to and from Galilee in these vessels. In this ancient time, goods of commerce, not only of dates or oil, wheat or corn, for there are, unhappily, those who are slaves, and who are bought and sold and traded as one would trade traps. Such an unfortunate man is slave to the fruit owner Reuben, and subject to Reuben. Yes, sir.
Good.
What is it you wish to stand for?
I can see from the back of my head that it's just in the place to have a runner's mine, I believe. You know what you do.
I'm going to go down to the shore and wait till the vessel is beached and then come in the...
Precisely, so go down and get the other...
Yes, sir. I shall go at once.
Go very quickly. Yes, thank you.
Sir?
You're glad to have the chance to get away from this house. I don't know.
You have dispatched me on an errand, sir.
It's not. I know the hatred that you have for me. No, you're the only one. The others, I can do nothing. But we are a slave. Never forget that. You will do as I say. And any show of hostility from you will bring punishment. Any effort to escape will bring worse than that. Remember that. Justice. Now, you may go. Oh, Jonathan. I see that the old man has spied the vessel coming in. Well, that's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, lad. Then I suppose you shall want me to secure the documents and scrolls and bring them to the house? He asked that I bring the captain back to the house. There's no need for you to go, lad. I'd better go, anyhow. You know how he is. Not to appear there, he would charge me with being neglectful. I might even lose my position as crew, perhaps. We'll go together as soon as the vessel is beached and the captain is on land. Ah, let's start off, honey, and grace to the bird. The proud sails full to the wind. Is that what you're really thinking? Can you tell that? That's what you mean. Yes, across that sea is my home. My home. And there's no place like it, Jonathan. $300 have heard the streets that look white and pure snowdrift. By day a warm sun, and by night a cool wind blowing out of the north. Oh, it's a fine land. God, everything you've just said is much the same as Galilee. We still have hills and valleys and streets and the warm sun. All those things. Then what's the difference to that? It's home, lad. Home. And that's all the difference in the world. But I'll get there one day. Yes, I'll get there. You mean you've been away? That's no business of yours. I'm sorry, Kim. But you don't have to be afraid of me. I would never tell. Lad, I didn't mean to be shocked at you. But as to what my plans may be, they're my own. Besides, you best leave us out from there. Because we've been through it. No one's safe at him time about. Good day, Johnson. Oh, Jonathan, Phineas, both here and both on time. Good, very good. It's the way I like to see it. We should be ready to carry out his appointed duties. Reuben dislikes very much to be kept waiting when the vessel comes in. You know. I see here, Phineas. The slow, be more respectful toward the steward. I can make things very difficult for you. If I just say a single word about you to Reuben, no, just don't tempt me. Now remain here, both Phineas. I go down to greet the captain. That's the way he speaks further with Reuben, spying and reporting about everyone. Sometimes I feel like a pig-caught man, and no, that would do no good. It is difficult to control one's temper, isn't it, Phineas? The war days work is over. You can go home to your own house and family. But as for me, there's no place that's my own and no moment it's my own. But I tell you, it won't go on forever this way. Oh, no. Now, look, Phineas, the vessel is beached. We've got work to do now before we go back to Reuben's house. Come. Yes, lad, let's go. Come, we must hurry to keep up with Jackson and the captain. It wouldn't do for us to lag behind. Reuben would grow very angry. Philip, you hear me? What, lad? What did you say? I said we'd better hurry. The other two are far ahead of us now. Yes, but what's that? A cloud gather. Something of importance goes on there. On the sea. Please, Philip, there'll be trouble. Jonathan, you can go along if you wish. I'll just stay and find out. Well, if it won't be too long, I'll stay somewhere. We'll make our way through the crowd. Let me through, sir. Let me through, if you... Perhaps it's best wait here and listen to me. All right, but what do you suppose it is? I don't know. It is the master, my boy. We feel at last the truth in our time. The master? Surely you must have heard of the miracles he has done. The cures he has wrought and the sick and unfortunate. He does miracles, does he? Can he free slaves? Nothing is beyond his powers. Yes, I've heard it said by those who have seen his great deeds. Well, I should like to hear how he proposes to free slaves. Perhaps he will. There's a best of stuff. have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist not evil. But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. If you do that, Lord, he tells a man to violate all his instincts, and yet somehow I must believe him. Whatever the solution is, take it. This is so is it possible for a man to live as he says, I don't know. Just because he said it, it's not possible. What is this strange power he has? The woman said he could do miracles. Then I shall question with a question. Master, have you a word for those who are not free? Have you a word for men who work under the yoke of slavery? How shall a man be free again is what I want to know.
No, don't kill this man. Can't you see he's troubled? That he needs the master's help. Well, even if you can't understand it, I'm sure the master does.
Well then, Master, help me. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Did you hear, lad? There is a way. The truth. Well, we shall wait here and listen and learn the truth that makes men free. The boy and criminals were following close behind us, and then suddenly there was a crowd, and they were lost. Isn't that so, Abel? Yes, they were following, but I didn't see what happened to them. Yes, the carry about them. Well, Abel, what news did it know? A great cargo, a good price for the goods you took away from here, huh? And the cargo we took away with us, the price was good. And the words that we called ballast for the most part. Yes. A wasted trip, in other words. The ship's brought back safely, that's no way. That's no cargo. That's no way to make money. That's the trouble with you. You're getting to be like the rest of them, lax in your duties, careless of my welfare. No, sir, but if we see the sail with a good wind and return here, or wait and finish up the cargo, that might never turn up. Seems to me I'd best return here. Let me tell you, Abel, another such unprofitable voyage that you may find yourself a captain without a ship. A sailing man on dry land. I hope I need no more. Nothing. You need say no more. You'll never forget what Jimmy, Jonathan, so you two have finally decided to return here. So we stopped for only a little while to hear some preaching. Preaching? You'll take no time of mine to be learning. But this is different, sir. First you waste my time by not being here, and now you waste more of it with lying explanations. Be quiet. I may yet cut you off from my employ for this insolence. So don't blame the boy. The fault is mine. It was my idea to stay here, the masterpiece. The master? I've heard about that one. What is he doing here in our time? He comes to teach us. Oh, I see. He teaches slaves. Oh. Well, what does he teach you? Tell me that. He teaches good things. For example, we heard him say many things. But of those I remember best, one was, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You believe him? Well, let me tell you, you can never be free. Never. Now then, what else did he teach you? I don't think you try to hear. But I wish to hear more. Go on, Phineas. He said not to resist evil. And not to return evil. But if one strikes you on the right cheek, to turn the other cheek to him as well. Okay, this would be a good time to put this speech into a test, wouldn't it, sir?
Very good suggestion indeed, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Come here.
Sir?
Come here, Kate. I would test the words of this master.
Sir, you wouldn't strike him, would you?
And why not, Abel?
The man's giving you no reason to strike him or humiliate him.
He's no man, only a slave. And he's got it on himself with this prattling about turning the other cheek. Yeah, we shall see. Come here, Kenny. So, you believe what you heard, huh?
I think I do, sir.
You should see. Now then. Now, will you turn the other cheek? Finish?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the fool! Who actually does?
Reuben, sir, may I get you something?
No. Activity, intimacy. My position was here about that all the time. Get out. All of you. Get out.
Jonathan, what are you doing here after that? You think you've gone home a long time ago? I guess when I came back. Have you helped the old man to bed yet? Yes, he's sleeping by now.
I can't leave here. Can you come with me without risk of being discovered?
If it's not for too long a time, what is it?
I can't tell you now, but you'd better come with me if you ever want to be free.
What did you say?
I said, if you ever want to be free, then you better come with me now, Thomas.
All right. I will.
What did you leave me, Jonathan? I'll go to the water's edge. There's someone waiting for us. Yes. Listen, go.
And now I shall find out. That's Abel, isn't it? Listen, no. You wanted to see me? What for, Abel? First, you must promise absolute secrecy. No word about me in the streets, Reuben. Is that agreed?
Reuben?
Yes. The way he humiliated you this afternoon gave me the idea. I hate that old man as much as you do. But I can do something about it.
I wouldn't want to hurt him, sir. I want no revenge.
The master wouldn't approve of that. Nor would I. But tomorrow night my vessel set sail again. Our next port will be Crete.
Huh? How about you?
I know that.
You mean that you'd take my life?
It can be done. And no one will be the wiser. You'll be a free man again. Yes. Listen to me very carefully. We cannot afford to make any mistake. You sail by night. That's the hour jump. Then Samson will not be able to spy on us so well. But our sail will be loaded by day. The night comes and the tide is running, and must push the vessel off the beach. Usually it is done by 5 or 6 of my sailors. Once the vessel is afloat, they seize the ropes and climb aboard the ship.
What about me?
You will receive a signal from Jonathan. You will come down to the shore and hide. When you see the men begin to shove the vessel, you will come into the water and help them just as if you were one of the crew. In the darkness, I'll take you to one of them. Then when the others begin to climb aboard, you do the same. Everyone will think you're one of the sailors, so you're aboard and they're at sea.
And I'm free. Home and freedom once again. So how can I ever thank you?
It will be enough thanks to keep them free from the domination and the insults of that poor man.
I cannot help thinking this has to do with the master man. Remember, Jonathan, when he said the truth would set me free yesterday? Well, if we hadn't heard him, if I hadn't repeated his words to Reuben,
Abel wouldn't be helping me now. I wouldn't be...
Remember, Cornelius, you're not through yet. This must be arranged perfectly. If it's to work at all. Now, Jonathan, you know what you're supposed to do?
Yes, sir. I come here after dark and get a sign from you that the vessel is ready to leave. Then I go to the house and get a signal to turn.
That's business.
I can think about it. I make the listening sign. I just...
Good. Now, you, Cornelius, you hear that sound, come at once to the waterbed. You understand?
I'll be there. I shall see you tomorrow night.
Reuben, isn't it time for you in bed for the night?
Isn't bed. Since when do you tell me when I should go to bed?
I never thought that since your physician had said you were to rest more than you do, you might retire early this...
To get me out of the way, Cornelius.
Oh, no, sir.
Well, I should go to bed in my own good time, do you?
Yes, sir. Well, I bet you some water to drink.
Well, I want nothing. Oh, Dad, it might be a good idea if I did go to bed now. Oh, not myself for this day. Not myself. Yes, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Go, can you start home?
Oh, I hadn't meant to, sir.
Open the door.
Let me help you to your bed, sir.
Yes. The balcony, please.
The balcony? Sorry, sir.
I never need to explain to you. It's the balcony.
Yes, sir.
Now I can look out and see. I have a vessel out there to me. The vessel that sailed this night. Look at her lying there on the shore. She's got a wounded animal on her side. But let her get water under her and she floats as free as one. I have comparison at my command tonight. What would you say? As free as what?
I didn't think so.
Yes, just not. How would a slave know about freedom? Well, when I awake in the morning, that vessel will be gone. I wanted to look at her before she was...
Can you go to bed now, sir?
Don't hurry me. What is it?
What, sir?
You think you've suddenly very naked.
Please, sir, let me get you to bed now.
All right. What is that?
It's off the bed, sir.
No matter. Get me to bed. No tired. No tired.
Yes, sir, just lean on me. What is it, sir?
Pain. Sharp pain. Here. Carry me to my bed. Carry me.
Yes, sir. This is... Yes. I'll just place you on your bed. May I go now, sir?
Don't. Leave me now. Not now, no. But pain is this I've never had before.
But, sir, I will put you to bed and you will feel better.
Don't leave me. I may die. I tell you, I may die. Don't leave me. Come you there? Are you still with me?
I am still here, Reuben. Very well, sir. I shall stay. Have no fear. Yes. I shall stay.
I've been here all night, watching over you and studying your brow with cold water, as the physician said. And what's that? I touched him during the night. You had a bad time of it, sir. Oh, I can see you tonight. Yes, sir. You were on a bad time? Yes. I saw the vessel sail last night. And since then, I've been looking out across the sea. It's a fine sight to see a vessel sail, isn't it? Yes, sir. I could feel it is, sir. Here are you. I guess to see Reuben at once. She's very well in bed. It had better wait for what we hear about it if we never found out. Well, stand aside. Yes, stand aside. Is it true, Samson? It is indeed. Oh, if only you knew. I had a mind to wake you last night and tell you, but I said let him sleep the night through. I'll tell him in the morning. So, here I am. What are you talking about? Oh, what a plot place we have. Oh, yes, and this one here is the guiltiest of the lot. What sort of plot? Mr. Stokes, clear, Samson. This one is going to escape. Oh. Yes, and Abel and Jonathan are going to help him. They were going to let him escape on that vessel that sailed last night. Did you ever hear of such perfidy? Yes. Is this true? I can only admit my part in it. Yes. I was going to escape. And how they had it worked out. I overheard 2 nights ago when they plotted their little escapade and had it waiting for them to fall into a trap. Jonathan was going to give a signal. He was going to whistle the tenor. Didn't I hear a whistle last night? Several times. Yes, sir. It was when I was supposed to be told when I broke away and they was afraid I was going to die. Oh, well, they're going to do it all right. I've no doubt about that, Reuben. I tell you, I heard them arrange it. Be quiet, Samson. What? I said be quiet. Yes, Reuben. Come close. I want to see your face. Yes, sir. Tell me, Reuben, was as close as that shore in that vessel? Yes, sir. But don't be hard with Jonathan. Over, please. I don't care about him. Reuben was so close to you, and yet you stayed with me when I could not have forced you to stay. Is that so? Yes, sir. And when you went to fetch the physician, we could have escaped then. But you didn't. Why? Why did you give up your chance? Why did you give up your freedom that means more to you than anything else? Because he spoke to me. He spoke? I heard nothing. But I did. In my mind, I heard his words. Tell me other truth, he had said. If a man can tell you to go a mile, go with him 3 miles. But above all, there's one other thing he had said. About being free. Free knowing the truth. Justice. But you're not free. Oh, yes, I am. I'm free with my spirit of the hatred I had held for you. When you were seized by illness, I wanted to leave because I hated you. Instead, I forced myself to stay. To be true to his teaching. And by doing that, I felt freer than ever before in my life. That was what he meant. Yesterday, I laughed at him. Many men. And many more will. Yet he made very good for someone you hated. Made you do it in the face of great temptation to run away. And you have sacrificed a great deal for me. It would be little enough if I gave you your freedom in exchange. Thank you. If you are sent, it is to God, to the Master. For by following his way, you have won your freedom. And it's earth, and in your spirit as well, through following him. Yes.
program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on the same network at this time, we will present The Man Who Was Not Humble, a drama inspired by the 9th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is the ABC Radio Network.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Tonight we present The Lost Coin, a drama of forgiveness and aid to those who need forgiveness, based on a teaching from the greatest life ever lived.
What woman, having 10 pieces of silver, if she lose one piece, doth not light a candle and sweep the house and seek diligently till she find it?
Thus he spoke almost 2,000 years ago. Yet even as he spoke of coins, those who listened knew he spoke of souls, how they become lost and how they are found. And they remembered perhaps a woman and her son, whose story began in this way. At night, on the edge of a vineyard in Galilee.
Come on, David. No one can see us. You think it's all right? All the other boys raid this vineyard. Why shouldn't we? Well, then let's hurry. Oh, there's nothing to worry about. Take your time. You know, this is the best time of year for grapes, too. So we can start right here. How do you like them? Large and juicy, too, I'll bet, huh? Come on, taste some.
We ought to get out of here as soon as we can. If my mother ever
Your
found
mother? So that's it. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have asked you to come along. Well, if you're so jumpy, let's take a few bunches and run. Come on.
Who's out there? What are you doing in my vineyard this time of night? Who is it?
That's Caleb. Now we'd better run for it. Come on, David.
Abner! Abner, wait for me! Help me!
Wait? And get caught, maybe? Not me. You'll have to take care of yourself. Sorry.
Abner! Abner! Oh, my foot hurts. But I'll get away.
Now, you wait, you young scoundrel. I'll see that you get what's coming to you. Oh, so it's you, David. Well, I never expected...
I'm sorry, sir. Caleb, it was only a joke. Please don't do anything to me.
What joke is it? My best grapes, spoiled before they can ripen, torn from their vines. That's no joke, David, not to me. And this has got to stop.
Oh, please, sir. I didn't even touch one grape.
I'm sorry, young man, but someone has got to be made an example. And I caught you in the very act of trespassing on my property. You'll come along with me.
Oh, please, sir. My mother. What will she say if she finds out?
I can't worry about that. Come along.
No, I won't. You let go of me.
The only time I let go of you is when I turn you over to one of the town guards. This time I'll teach you all.
No, let go of me. There. I told you I'd get away. Abner, something terrible has happened.
But I see you got away, David. Well, now you're beginning to catch on.
Oh, please, Abner, what can I do?
You're free, aren't you?
But Caleb recognized me. And besides, I hit him before he'd let go. I may have hurt him pretty badly. They'll be after me.
Well, if he recognized you, they will be after you. And you know, old Enoch, the judge, he's pretty hard in cases like this. Oh. Tell me, David, did Caleb recognize me?
He didn't say anything. He never would have caught up with me if I hadn't tripped. I don't think he saw you.
Well, I think the best thing is for you to run away. Leave here.
Where will I go?
Go anywhere. You can reach the caravan route by morning if you keep going all night. There, apprentice yourself as a water boy for the camels. You can be making money and traveling at the same time.
Yes, but my mother, what will she say? How will she feel?
Would she feel any better if you were dragged out of the house tomorrow morning and hauled off to the judge?
Oh, no. The disgrace would hurt her badly.
Of course it would. And besides, this way you can go away, you can make money, and one day when it's all forgotten, you can come back and you can give your mother anything she wants.
Yes. Yes, you're right. For her sake, I ought to go. Save her disgrace. But you won't tell anyone.
Me? Why, of course not. And, by the way, David, if you should be caught, well, you won't say that I was with you in Caleb's vineyard.
Oh, no.
No, good. Then it's a bargain. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, Abner. Maybe someday I'll see you again.
Yes, sure. Maybe.
Daylight already, Simon. David's not the kind of boy to get into mischief. What could have happened? Did you ask?
Mother, I searched all over the town. There was no sign of it. I even spoke to that boy, Abner, he's been friendly with. Abner said he hadn't seen him all night.
Something terrible's happened, Simon.
Well, you're worrying yourself sick won't help. You just have to wait and see.
That must be him. David!
Where is he? I finally was able to rouse the guard. We've come for him.
Oh, Caleb, what are you talking about? Whom have you come for?
Where is he? Where's David?
David? What do you want him for?
Stealing grapes from my vineyard, and then assaulting me in his effort to escape. I never expected your son would turn out to be a thief.
He is not a thief. Simon, go and look for him. He's probably hiding. He's so ashamed of himself.
And he should be. Look at my face. See that mark? He struck me. It's lucky I wasn't killed, I tell you. Now you give him up. He's here hiding. I'm sure of it.
But I'm trying to tell you he hasn't come home yet. He must be hiding somewhere in town.
We've searched all over. No sign of him.
I hope he hasn't done something desperate. I'll go. I'll find him myself.
Mother, come back here. You can't go, not now. Well, I hope she finds him. He's got plenty coming to him, and I'll see that he gets it.
Please, Mother, weeping doesn't help.
I only knew where he was.
I'll try to find out. I'll ask everyone if they've seen him, where he went, what happened.
Please, Simon. You may have better luck than I did. Go and find out. Bring me some word of my son. Please, Simon.
All right, Mother.
Simon, well?
Mother, I didn't find out anything definite.
What does that mean, son?
Nobody's sure.
Simon, you don't usually try to hide your meaning in words. What happened? What did you hear?
Someone said that David was last seen leaving town and heading in the direction of the caravan train.
The caravan train? But why? No. No, don't tell me, Simon. I think I know.
You really think he would, Mother?
He was a proud boy. Sensitive. He wouldn't have wanted to disgrace us. Yes. He must have run away.
Well, a little rough experience may be what he needs. He'll be back.
He'll be back? I'll bring him back.
But, Mother, that's impossible.
Simon, your brother's young. He's never been away from home before. I can't trust the chance that he'll be all right. I must know. I could never rest until I knew.
Mother, I won't let you do it.
You can't stop me, Simon. No one can.
We must find him and show him the way back. Is that it, Ishmael? Is that Alexandria?
That's it, David. And a great city. The greatest city a country boy like you will ever see.
Oh, it is great. Such palaces and towers. And all the people. Oh, it's a great city. Ishmael, could I find work there?
You mean you won't be going back with us on the return journey? Why, lad? What's the matter?
Oh. Ishmael, I can tell you, you've been my only friend on this journey.
You got some secret, boy? What is it?
I can't go back. I did something wrong back home.
Huh?
They're looking for me.
You? No, you're fooling. You're not the kind of boy who gets into trouble.
But I did. I may have killed a man.
That's a serious thing, David.
You won't tell anybody.
Me? How could I? I don't even know. You know, boy, if that's the way things are, I think I can help you.
You can?
I think so. I have a friend in Alexandria who could do you some good. We'll go see him when we arrive and unload the camel. What do you say?
Oh, I'd appreciate it very much. Very much indeed.
Good. Then it's settled.
Well, Mother, now that we've come all the way to the caravan route, how much better off are we? You've only worn yourself out. You know nothing more now than you did before.
That's not so, son.
Just because the man said that he'd seen a boy who looked like David.
It wasn't that he looked like him. It was the way the man talked about him. How he said that the boy seemed shy, afraid. Remember how the man said his eyes shone so brightly? I knew it was David then. I knew it.
And if it was?
Then we'll have to follow the same route as that caravan he joined.
That could take us all the way to Alexandria.
It could. And I'll go. Because it may take me to my son.
You know I won't let you go alone.
I have to go, Simon.
I should know by this time. If it's David who's involved, you'll go. You won't turn back.
And if it were you, do you think I would? He's not David or Simon or Nathaniel. He's my son who's in trouble.
I'll go along, Mother. You'll need some to protect you from your own zeal. We'll go together.
Thank you, son.
I hope your friend likes me, Ishmael. I need the job.
Don't worry, he will. We'll find out soon enough. It's this little house here.
Oh.
Now, don't be disappointed. He may seem to live poorly, but you can earn a great deal with him. Come.
Who is it?
It's me, Orrit. Your friend Ishmael.
I'll let you in. Well, Ishmael, it's good to see you again. Did you bring any more?
I want you to meet a friend of mine first. Orrit, here is a strong, bright lad named David. He's looking for employment.
Yes, huh? Well, possibly I can help you, young man. Come in, come in. May I have a word with you privately, Ishmael?
I'm sure David doesn't mind.
Of course not.
Then come this way, Ishmael. Well?
The boy's running away. Thinks he killed a man.
Good. With that over his head, I'll be able to hold him. You think he's good material?
Smart enough to do anything and frightened enough to try anything. I'm sure of this one.
Fine. I'll make it worth your while. Now, any other business?
I couldn't get my hands on any gold. We carried grain this time. But next time...
Well, this boy may be worth his weight in gold. I'll give you your payment this time as usual. And if the boy works out as you think, well, there'll be more in it for you, Ishmael. Come here, boy. I want to talk to you.
Yes, all right. Did you decide about the job? Ishmael said before he left that you seemed favorable about it.
I am. You think I like to see a young lad like yourself alone, so far from home, without a place to sleep or anything to eat? The job's yours, but it will require some training.
Training? I learned quickly, sir.
So Ishmael told me. Well, we're going to find out.
Yes, sir. What do I have to do?
First, we have to have a little talk about it. You see, this is a different kind of business than you may have had in mind, but it's more profitable.
Oh, that's good, sir. Because I must make a great deal of money. There's so much I have to make up for to my mother.
That's a good boy. Now then, you see this leather coin pouch hanging from my belt?
Yes, sir.
How would you go about taking it if you didn't want me to know?
But why should I?
Go on, try it. Take it.
All right, sir. There.
Not good at all. Too sudden, too much of a pull. You have to do it easily, you see. Like this. Otherwise, you'll be caught the very first time.
Caught? What do you mean?
Your job will be to go into the marketplace, to go where the crowd of merchants is thickest.
You want me to steal?
You will.
I will not.
Then I shall have to go to the authorities and tell them I'm housing a boy wanted for murder.
You told you?
Yes, he told me. And now, boy, if you want to live, you'd better do as I say. And I say, steal.
But at the last station, no one had seen him, Mother.
And if no one had, David must have been more afraid. He must have been hiding. Don't you see, the further he runs, the more help he needs to return. He thinks we don't want him. I've got to prove to him that we do.
Mother, you've gone too far already. Your health doesn't permit you to go on.
And my love for my son doesn't permit me to stop. We must find him.
Mother, before we get into the desert, I ask you to reconsider. Suppose he's not in Alexandria. Suppose he's deserted the caravan. Suppose... Well, so many things could have happened.
If he were dead, I'd know.
I didn't want to say.
Your brother is alive, Simon, and he needs my help. I know that, too.
Not many women make this desert crossing. Too grueling. Too dangerous.
We'll make it.
Mother, I can't let you go through this storm. We must turn back.
I will not turn back, Simon. Ahead where the storm ends, he may be there, sick, alone, needing my help. We won't turn back.
But they've already lost 3 camels and 1 driver. If the men can't make it, how do you expect to?
I've got something they don't have. The need to see my son again. We'll keep going, Simon.
Now, David, we'll try it again. After so many weeks, you should be doing better. Now, this time, try.
Yes, sir.
All right. The pouch is fastened to my belt here. I'm looking at the shops in the bazaar. You come along. Well, go on.
Yes, sir.
Wrong.
Maybe I can do it, Ard. Maybe you'd better find someone else.
Oh, no, you don't get off so easily. You can learn. You will learn. You'd better begin making progress soon, otherwise I'll turn you in. You'll hang.
But already.
Watch me see how I do it. We'll do it once more.
Is that better?
Yes. At last you're beginning to develop a touch for it. Now we'll try it once more. Go on.
No, you can't do it. I can't.
You can. You've already shown that you can. Now try it once more. Better. Better. The last few days you've been doing it beautifully.
But out there, I'll be afraid. I won't be able to do it, Orib. I know.
Oh, yes, you will.
I'm not a thief, Orib.
Only a murderer.
But I don't even know if I killed him. I only hit him once.
You've been over that plenty in the last few weeks. If you're so sure you didn't kill him, why don't you go back? Why don't you give yourself up to the authorities in your land? Well, why don't you?
Please, Orib, All right. What do I do now?
You're ready for the marketplace, my young friend.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been training and feeding you for weeks for nothing. You've got to start sometime, and tomorrow is the day.
But if they catch me...
Now, there's a little guarantee I have that you won't give up too easily. If they catch you, foreigner here, there'll be questions. And you know you're too poor a liar to hold out very long. You see, if you get caught, it can mean your life. So you'll go into the marketplace tomorrow, you'll do as I taught you, you'll do it well. Because if you don't, it's your life, not mine.
Won't even give me a chance.
You're getting a chance, boy, a chance to make a lot of money without working too hard for it. Tomorrow, boy, you're going to find out what it's like to live off the pool. Yes, boy, tomorrow. Come in. Well?
Orib.
Did they chase you? Did they? Answer me.
Yes. They chased me.
You think anyone saw you come in here?
No. I don't think so.
Well, at least you're smart enough for that. Now tell me what happened.
Went into the marketplace, just as you said. I mingled with the crowd. There were many merchants there. I picked out one whose purse didn't seem too securely tied to himself. I edged up to him, had my fingers on the cord. I pulled it. The purse came loose.
And then he discovered you?
No.
Well, what happened?
I can't tell you all this.
Oh, yes.
Please. You're hurting me.
I'll do worse than hurt you. Now, what happened?
I couldn't do it. I dropped it at his feet and began running.
You? What?
I couldn't do it. I began running. That must have made him know what I tried to do. Then I heard voices calling to stop me. I just ran.
Oh, you did,
eh? All right.
You ran. I'll teach you to run. I'll teach you. They're after you. I'll turn you over to them. I'll tell them everything.
No, please, Olive. I'll do anything. Anything.
Then I think just be quiet. I'll see who it is. What do you want?
A boy, my son. We saw him go running down the street, but the crowd lost him, but I'm sure he came this way. Is he here?
Your son? No, I don't know him. Never saw him.
You see, Mother, I told you. You were mistaken.
No, it was this street. He must be here somewhere, Simon. Are you sure, sir?
Of course I'm sure.
But I heard a voice. It sounded like
Go on, woman. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no one here but me.
Mother, please.
As he used to cry. That's the way it sounded. He's here somewhere. David! David!
You see?
Mother, please.
Dave.
Mother. My. didn't really injure him? Oh, it's so hard to believe.
I know, David. It was your fear that took you so far from me. Once someone does something wrong, the guilt he feels drives him further and further on the road to evil. That's why I had to find you, David, to let you know that we want you back.
I must ask Caleb's forgiveness. Must make it up to him for the injury I've done him.
Of course.
Don't worry, David. I'll help you settle matters with Caleb.
Will you, Simon? And all the trouble I've caused you, Mother. And shame.
Trouble? Shame? These are not important, David. When a coin is lost, someone has to search for it. And that's even more true of a son. None of the trouble and none of the shame can compare with the joy that I feel now that my son is back again. And think of what would have happened if we hadn't found him.
You'd have had to do what Ori said.
Yes. So, should I be ashamed now that I have you back before you were lost to me forever? Ah, no, David. I feel joy and pride, and so will all my friends and neighbors now that I've found my son and brought him back to good ways and a clean life.
What woman, having 10 pieces of silver, if she lose one piece, doth not light a candle, and sweep the house, and seek diligently till she find it? And when she hath found it, she calleth her friends and her neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the piece which I lost. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repenteth.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we'll present Call Not Any Man a Fool, another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
The greatest story ever told. Today, we present He That Is Faithful, a drama inspired by a teaching set forth in the 16th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. The city of Tiberias, being the capital city of Galilee, is the place where one can find the finest artisans of the province. And of all the crafts which are practiced in Tiberias, none has reached a higher degree of skill than fine carpentry and wood craftsmanship. And among the men responsible is the carpenter Silas, considered one of the most promising of the younger men. Now, we find Silas in his shop, and as he works, Silas speaks to his young son. Are you seeing this? The thing that makes a fine piece of work is that every detail is taken into account. You saw how carefully I worked on the wooden planks itself. How each had to be of uniform thickness and smooth. You saw that.
Yes, Father. The part I liked best was when you began to carve the design into the wood. I'd like to be able to do that someday.
Yes, you will. If you pay attention to what I tell you, though. Remember that here must go into fashioning the wooden pegs as went into the carving, so that when the chest is joined together, the pegs will be even and won't protrude above the surface.
Yes.
Oh, and another thing. Yes, sir. Is there something we can do for you?
If you are the carpenter Silas.
I am, sir, and what is it you wish? A strong wooden chest that will stand the rigors of travel?
Oh, believe me, Silas, I have heard of your fine reputation, and if it were woodworking that I was interested in, I would have come here, too. However, permit me to introduce myself. I am Fanuel, the merchant whose reputation you no doubt know.
Fanuel of Tiberias. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, indeed, and there is something I can do for you.
After having made quite intensive efforts to find a certain very old silver cup, information has come to me that you are the owner of that heirloom. Is that true?
Oh, that. I didn't think anybody knew about that.
Then it is true that one of the few surviving utensils of the original Temple of Jerusalem is in your possession.
Yes, sir. It is said that when the Athenians ransacked the temple hundreds of years ago, this silver chalice, which had been used at the altar, was somehow saved by one of the priests. But just why you're interested, I don't understand.
Several weeks ago, when I was a guest at a feast in the palace, mention was made of this heirloom, and King Herod seemed very much interested. I said to myself, if it is possible to find it, the king shall have it as a gift. And now, fortunately, it is possible.
Sir, I'm afraid you're here under a mistaken impression, for I could not sell you this chalice.
Come, man. That's your strategy for building up price. To say the cup is not available for sale.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that though the cup is in my possession, it doesn't belong to me.
You have the cup, and yet it is not yours?
Well, you see, sir, it came about this way. The real owner, a boyhood friend of mine, was forced to undertake a voyage of long duration. Well, rather than take the chalice with him and risk the loss of it, he entrusted it to me, and I've kept it. So you see, sir, it'd be quite impossible for me to sell you what belongs to another man.
If my information is correct, this chalice has been in your possession for 7 years now. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Well, I fail to understand. Do you mean to tell me that your friend has been gone from here for 7 years?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard from him at all?
Well, not for 3 years, sir.
I see. Then in all likelihood your friend is lost. Dead, most likely.
Well, if Michael were alive, I'm sure I would have heard from him.
Well, in that case, if you have every reason to believe the man is dead, surely you might be willing to sell the chalice to me at a very good price.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir. The chalice was entrusted to me, and I shall keep it for my friend.
And if he never returns?
I'm sorry, sir. A trust is a trust as far as I'm concerned.
I see. Well, perhaps time will change your mind. And in order to give you something to think about, I will tell you now that I've intended to pay for this chalice in gold. 20 pieces of gold.
20 pieces of gold?
Yes, Silas. So it might do you some good. Think about that. Well, good day. Good day, my friend. Peace be with you.
Father, do you think he was telling the truth when he said he would give 20 pieces of gold?
My son, it doesn't make any difference whether it was 20 pieces or 200. The chalice is not ours to sell. It's only ours to keep safe. Remember that. You're just in time, my son. I want to show you how a peg is driven into a piece of wood so the surface is completely smooth. Here, now watch.
But, Father, first listen to me, please.
All right, my son. Something seems to have excited you very greatly. What is it?
Mother sent me. There's word that the master will be here today.
The master? Well, that is something to become excited about. And Mother wishes us to return home as soon as possible, eh? So she can pack some food and we can set out at once to greet him and hear him teach.
Yes, Father.
And so we will, my son. Except that there's a piece of work I must finish first. But I'll work quickly and we'll be on our way home before you know it.
Yes, Father.
All right, now, son, watch this. Now, the trick is to drive the peg into the wood without splitting the top. In that way, when I've rubbed some wax over it, it'll form a perfectly smooth surface. Now, watch. There. You see? Now that you've seen the way it's done slowly, I'll show you how quickly a man can work. Now, you just watch me. There. And now another one.
Father, please be careful.
Oh, don't worry about me, my son. In fact, just watch. Sometimes it's possible for a man to drive a peg with one stroke of a mallet. Just watch. Now. Oh.
Father!
It's all right. It's all right, my son.
Father, look. Your hand is bleeding.
Get me the water bucket.
Yes, Father. Here. Here, I have it. Here, Father, put your hand in this.
Yes. The cold water will stop the pain. You'll see.
Does it feel any better, Father?
Oh, yes, Nathan. Feels much better. Now, look, there's nothing for you to worry about.
Bleeding hasn't stopped, Father.
Well, I'll wrap a cloth around it and the bleeding will stop. You'll see. There. Now, come, lad. Mother wanted us home quickly, didn't she? Well, come. We'll start home now.
Silas, does your hand still hurt?
Oh, it feels a great deal better, my dear.
It does hurt, I can tell.
Now, please, dear. It'd be silly not to expect it to hurt. After all, there was a great deal of force behind that blow.
Silas, look. There is the master now.
Yes, Mom.
It is wonderful to see him again, isn't it, Mother?
Yes, Nathan. To stand in his presence is somehow to feel new and clean and reborn.
All right, Nathan. Mara, be still now. For I think he is ready to begin his teaching.
He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own?
Come, Nathan. Silas. Now that the teaching is over for a while, let us sit here beneath this tree. We will have our midday meal and listen to the Master's followers sing. And it will be a day for all of us to remember.
You're right, my dear. Come, this is a good place. The tree will shield us from the sun, and we'll have our meal.
Here, Silas, you break the bread, and I will pour out some milk for Nathan, and... Oh, I'm sorry, Silas. You cannot do it, can you?
And why can't I? Because of this hand? The pain isn't so great. Here, I will show you. No, Mara. But perhaps you'd better break it. My hand will need a day or two to heal.
Yes, dear. Of course. A day or two.
Be a way. There must be a way.
Have you taken to talking to yourself, Silas?
Oh, Abner. How long have you been standing there?
Oh, just for a few moments. I just finished a fine pottery vase. still on the wheel, and I'm allowing it to harden. So I took a little time off to relax. What's the matter, son?
Nothing. There's nothing the matter.
Your hand covered with a bandage, you're not able to do your work as you should, and there's nothing the matter? Come now, Silas, you're talking to an old friend.
Yes. Yes, Abner, it would be foolish of me to try to deceive you. I can't work. Not until my hand gets better, and it hurts. It hurts very much.
Oh, surely a physician will be able to give you some herb mixture which will relieve the pain.
Abner, I have been to a physician. He said something. Something that disturbed me very much.
What was it?
Well, he said that usually these things healed well, that the bones knit, that the use of the hand is restored.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Not the way he said it. He said usually. As though he thought this was an unusual case.
Then you think...
I may not recover the use of this hand, don't you see, Abner? Don't you see what it would mean to a man like me? For my work, a man needs two good, strong hands, and if I don't have them...
Well, come now, Silas. Give nature a chance to heal this hand. And instead of staying here torturing yourself with doubts and trying to do work that you know you cannot do in your present condition, go home.
I can't go home.
Oh, you don't want Mary to know. Well, Silas, if you must remain here in the shop, don't try to do anything that is beyond your capacity to do. It will only make you more discouraged. Now, just relax. Give the hand a chance to rest and heal.
You're right, Abner. I will do that.
Well, Silas, how do things go in the shop?
Oh, fair. As well as can be expected.
And your hand?
Well, the pain is almost completely gone. In fact, now it hurts only when the weather's bad. But otherwise, the pain is gone.
But can you use it properly?
Well, it'll take a little time to have movement fully restored.
Silas, you need not try to fool me. Your work does not go well. But when it did, you would come and describe to me what you had done during the day. You haven't done that in some weeks now. In fact, ever since your hand was injured. Please, Silas, be honest with me. For you do not protect me by not telling me. Silas.
No, it hasn't gone well. In fact, if you would know the truth, I've not been able to make anything that was saleable in all these weeks.
Silas.
What have we lived on? The little we'd saved. And now that's gone.
Now what will happen?
Oh, tomorrow I'll try something else. Something I've been thinking about, Ma. Perhaps the boy will be my left hand. Perhaps if I tell him how to hold things, how to move them, he'll be able to do what my left hand has always done. Now, tomorrow, the boy will not go to the temple school. He will come with me to the shop, and we'll see if it can work that way.
Of course.
It's not good to deprive a boy of education, Laura. I know that, but we're in an emergency now, a desperate emergency.
In time of need, a family must be strong together, must sacrifice together. The boy will go with you tomorrow.
Now, Nathan, the first thing to do is plane this wood to a fine, smooth surface. Now, you've seen me do it often.
Yes, sir.
Now, unfortunately, I cannot use both hands. Yet it's necessary to exert a certain amount of force and pressure. So you will help me, Nathan. You and I together will move the blade across the wood. Well, like this. I put my hand here, you put yours here. Now press down. And as I say move, we'll push it across the surface of the wood. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, now. Hands ready. Move. No, my son. You press down too hard. You see, the blade is cut into the wood instead of moving across to smooth it. Now, let's try again. Now, move. No, Nathan, no. Now there's too little pressure. You see, the wood is practically untouched. It would never get smooth this way. Never, Nathan.
You
tried to do it with less pressure. I tried. I did.
All right. All right, it's not your fault, my son. Don't cry. One should never be disappointed when an impossible thing cannot be done. This is work which takes one brain, one pair of hands. But I had to try it. I had to see.
Father, what will happen now?
I don't know, son. But there's work a man can get that doesn't require skill. Yes, unloading goods from the back of camels. A man can do that without any special skill. Yes, we'll get along somehow. Somehow. Tell me, sir, are you the steward and overseer of this enterprise?
I am, and what can I do for you?
Well, sir, do you need a strong man to help unload goods from the backs of camels to store them in the storehouse? Do any kind of work like that?
Well, you don't look big enough or strong enough. It takes a powerful man.
Oh, I am strong enough, sir. I have very strong arms and shoulders from the kind of work I've done before.
Perhaps.
You don't have to speculate about it. Here, look at my arms.
Well, they are muscular. You're a very deceptive-looking man. Perhaps I can find work for you. In fact, Well, what's wrong with your hand?
Well, it was injured, but it won't matter.
Won't it? When you're carrying something on your shoulder and the weight shifts and you have to reach up and steady it with your hand, what will you do then, eh? Now, I'm sorry. In this work, a man needs two good hands. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, I understand. I understand.
Come on, you men. Back to work. Back to work.
Gabriel.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Spaniel. There's some change of orders there?
No, keep the men at their work. I just wanted to ask you something. That man who was just here, what did he want?
Work. Work is a hauler of goods.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, sir. I spoke to him myself.
Very odd. I know that man. He's a fine carpenter. One of the best in Tiberias. Why would he want work as a hauler?
Because he has a bad hand, sir. His left one, injured, seems to be useless.
Oh, I see. That's very interesting. I must go and call on him at once. Circumstances seem to have played into my hand. Is there anyone in this shop? Is there?
I am here. What do you want?
Well, Silas, perhaps you remember me.
Why, no. Wait. You're the merchant, Nathaniel, the man who wanted to buy that chalice from me.
That's right, and now I'm back still wanting to buy it, if it's for sale.
It is not for sale. And if you heard otherwise, you heard nothing but lies.
I must admit I did not hear otherwise, but I suspected that what was not available before is available now. Considering things.
Considering what?
Well, a carpenter with one bad hand, a man who sought work in the marketplace as a common hauler of goods, could not get it.
How did you know that?
One of the places you came to was mine. You spoke to my steward in the marketplace only this morning.
Oh.
See here, Silas, I will talk straight to you. You're in a bad way, I can tell. Your money must be gone, else you would not have been seeking such work as you did this morning. Well, now is the time to have sense, to think of your family, their welfare. Now is the time to sell me that heirloom I want so much.
I'm sorry, but no.
Look, I know that I could take advantage of you now, but I won't. My price is still the same. Oh, I'm sure I could force it lower. 20 gold pieces, man. 20 gold pieces.
Oh, will you please leave here?
A practical man, a man who cared about his family, would sell me the goblet now.
I asked you to get out of here.
Why be stubborn? You need the money.
I told you before, the goblet is not mine. It belongs to my friend.
From whom you've not heard in 3 years. The man is dead. You know it. How can it belong to him now?
Maybe he is dead. I don't know. But I have no right to sell what was his. The trust is a trust.
One thing is clear. A fool is a fool. No doubt about that. I should be angry with such exaggerated loyalty. But I will not leave here without saying this. The price remains the same today. But tomorrow it goes lower. And each day thereafter. The sooner you make up your mind, the better for you. Remember that when the food is scarce in the house, when each day that comes is worse than the one that went before, just remember that the price goes down each day.
Silas? Silas, is that you at the door?
Yes.
Surely you're not going out now. So late. Or were you?
Yes, Ma, I was going out. I have an errand to do.
An errand? At this hour? Silas, what are you hiding there under your cloak?
Well, what difference does it make?
Well, for one thing, you've never had any secrets from me before. Silas, what is it?
I couldn't hide it from you forever. Here.
The chalice. Michael's heirloom. What are you going to do with it?
The only thing I can do, sell it. Please, Mara, what'll we live on? Where'll we get food? Do you think I want to do this? Do you think I believe it's right to do it? But what choice have we?
Silas, remember the day we heard the Master teach. He that is faithful in little is faithful in much. You heard that. You believed it.
Yes, and I believe it now. Except that so much happened to me since then. I'm a broken, useless man now. There's nothing I can do to feed my family. Surely the teaching must take that into account. It must. I'm only doing what I have to do.
If that's the way you feel, Silas, I cannot stop you.
Then let me go. Let me get this over with.
Oh, so it's you, Silas. Come in. Come in. I've been waiting for you. So you've finally come to your senses. Well, sit down here at the table and I'll fetch the money. Go on, sit down. Sit down. Here. Strong glass I keep at home. Never too much in it, but somehow always enough. Well, now, we said 20 pieces of gold, didn't we? You know, this afternoon I didn't have much hope. But as evening came on, somehow I knew that you'd be here. There's something about the darkness that sharpens a man's fears. Something... I wonder, could it be that we feel the sun will never rise again? Could it be that?
Please don't talk. Just get this over with.
Of course, of course. Well, there now, 2 more. Makes 20. And now the goblet. I can't tell you how excited I am. I can just imagine what Herod will say when I present it to him. It was worth waiting for, Silas. Silas, don't sit there staring at the coins. Take them. Take them. They're yours now. Silas, what is it?
No.
Now, see,
I will not sell it to you.
But 20 pieces of gold is a small fortune, man. Think of it.
I don't care. Mara and Nathan, they were both there. They heard the word. They'd never forgive me, not for 20 pieces, but 20,000. They'd never forgive me if I defied the Master's word. And what's worse, I could never forgive myself. Never.
What are you talking about?
So you wouldn't understand. Just believe me when I say I can't do it. I can't be faithless to a trust, to something on which I've given my word, even though it means we starve. I can't do it. I'm sorry, sir. I can't give it to you, so don't insist, please.
Of course, Silas. I wouldn't take advantage of a man who feels as you do. You could never live with yourself if you didn't. I can see that now.
It's good of you to understand, and now let me go. I'm sorry I troubled you.
It hasn't been a useless trouble, I can assure you.
Sir.
Silas, I've thought about you a great deal. From the first time I ever saw you, when you refused to sell the goblet. I thought then, the man has principles now, but time will change him. The thought of 20 pieces of gold will change him. Yet it didn't. Not even after you've been through serious trouble. In fact, I must confess something to you.
Confess?
Though I expected you here this evening, I really didn't relish the idea that you had come. It seemed as though something would be destroyed. Something rare. A man's integrity. I was sorry about that because I respect integrity. I disappointed a number of people tonight, I'm afraid. I'll tell you this, Silas. I think it took more courage and integrity to refuse the money after you saw it. It must be tempting there on the table. 20 pieces of gold. Enough to keep you and your family for some years. It took courage to turn away from it. It took strength and integrity one does not often find. And having found it, a man would be a fool to allow it to go unused and unrewarded. A man I could trust completely would be very valuable to me in my business, Silas. I'm afraid I'm not fit for much. If your hand is defective, surely your honesty is perfect. And the kind of work I have in mind for you does not require the use of your hands. You will assist me. You will be trusted with the details and secrets of my business, as only I know them.
But this is such importance to me. You cannot know what it means to find useful, important work to do against it.
And you cannot know what it means to find a thoroughly honest and trustworthy man. But a man who could not be tempted under these circumstances will never yield to evil. And he is worthy of trust in important matters. Believe me.
Why, that's what the Master said. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
And he that is faithful in that which is least will be entrusted with much. For of all a man's possessions, his integrity is the most important.
On this same network at this time, we will present another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today we present The Man Who Was Not Humble, a drama inspired by an event set forth in the 9th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. An event from the greatest life ever lived. As the town of Emmaus in Galilee settled down to the peace and quiet of another evening, there is one house to which not peace, but great uneasiness has come. It is the poor, modest house of the blind man, Michael. Even now, his wife, Anna, is not at a fire cooking the evening meal. Instead, she stands in the doorway, anxiously fingering her apron and staring down the narrow street where the darkness is settling. Now, once again, she turns to the boy who stands beside her and says,
I knew Benjamin right. I had no right to let him go out alone. I wanted to go with him as on every other day, but he wouldn't let me. I know. He was strange today. Very strange. Imagine his insisting on going out alone. Perhaps I should go looking for him again. Carefully look. We've covered the town from one end to the other. Oh, we shouldn't have let him go. We shouldn't. I tell you, only the worst could have kept my way so long. Oh, Mother, if anything had happened, wouldn't someone have come and told us? Who knows? I'll never forgive myself now. Mother, what is it then? Look. He's there at the end of the street. Yes? What now? No, what of it? Don't you recognize him? It's Father. I'll run and meet him and lead him to the house. Oh, Benjamin, that's not your father. Just look. He's a man who resembles your father. The same ragged cloak. Even the same size and appearance. I tell you it is, Father. So that man feels his way to the town. Does he talk along as your father does? No. Never was. But what? Look, it is, Father. It is. Can't see. That man is not blind. It is your father. I didn't actually see. Michael! Michael! Oh, Michael! Michael, what is it that happened? Let me see your eyes. Yes. Yes, there is light in them. They see. They see.
Yes, Anna, they see. But say no more. Not now.
What do you mean, say no more? The greatest of all things has happened to you, to us, and you would ask me to be scared? No, I would cry it out to all the town, to all of Galilee.
No, Anna. No word. Nothing. Come, we must hurry back to the house.
Yes, Michael. It won't take so strong. Come, let's return to the house. Father, the stick which you could tap your way along it. Where is it?
I threw it away. Far outside the town. I shall never have to use it again.
Michael, please, I must ask. What happened? Where? How?
Annie, much as I would like to tell you, I can't. I can't.
All right, then. Where's the house now?
And this is the house. This is how it was. Here's the wall where the water bugs hang. For many times I felt along this wall till I found them. And there's a table on which I hurt my leg when I sought to move too quickly in my darkness.
Oh, listen. Michael, I was close behind our door. No one else can hear. Tell us now.
I can tell you nothing.
Why? You haven't been to see the witches in the hills. Was it a good situation? You know the penalty for consulting with witches.
It was no good.
Then it's tried you refuse to tell us. What harm can befall you?
I will tell you only that it happened and that I am forbidden to talk. Also, there's one thing more. I have made a promise.
You made a promise?
Yes. In the days of my darkness, Simeon used to stand beside me at the town gate and beg. Till that day when the Roman chariots were rode him down and killed him. Well, Anna, this I promise. Of all that I earn, 1/3 shall go to support Simeon's wife and children. It's what I have to do in repayment for this great thing which has happened to me. I have made such a promise to God.
And why? But in what way did this happen? That will tell us.
I'm sorry, Anna. I can't.
But why?
I can't. That's all.
Michael, is it you standing there in the doorway, Professor?
Yes, my dear.
Oh,
of you stand there in the doorway in the middle of the night. You forget. I've never known what one meant in this book of the blue night starlight, or the twinkling stars, or the light of the moon. Oh, my dear, you have never known. Are there always so many stars? Sometimes there seems to be even more. And the moon, is it always so bright? Yes, there's a pale moon tonight. Sometimes, depending on the season, it's brighter and redder, larger and something. All these days and each day goes and each night comes. And there's so much to see. Marcus, can't you tell me? What is it? Oh, I'm hoping to tell you, but I can't. Your blindness will allow me to say it. But now that you can see, now that this great thing is happening to you, you shut me up. I don't understand. Please, Anna. Please. All right, I will tell you. There can be no harm. Right. It happened this way. There were the two of us. Gabriel. Yes. We were far outside the town, sitting around the Calder Master. And along the road, we found him. A rather nothing there. And we cried out to him. Yes, I cried out to him, saying, "Thou Son of David, have mercy on us. Have mercy, Master, for we are blind and cannot see. Heal us that we may see, and seeing be able to do more for the glory of God." Believe ye that I am able to do this. Yea, Lord, according to your faith, do it unto you. Master, I took my eyes, and behold, I can see. I can see. Oh, Master, I shall sing your praises to the whole world. Everyone will always thank you have done for us. See that no man knows this. Because he said so, he couldn't tell me. Yes, Anna, that's all. What? As I told it to you, there seems to be no harm in it, is there? No. Unless, of course, the Master doesn't wish to be troubled by others who will seek after him to be healed. Oh, no, Anna. If you'd heard him as I did, you wouldn't say that. His voice was full of kindness. The more sound of it comforted him. His touch is the touch of God. And when my eyes were opened and able to see, I looked upon his face, and the kindness which was there was greater than anything I had ever imagined. Oh, Lord, if he would not withhold his throne for anyone with two faces like me, it couldn't have been that. Well, why would he have asked to be told, Morgan? I don't know. And now that I've told you, it seems there can be no harm in telling, and that would be better now that I have told you. And tomorrow, first thing, I must go to see Simeon's widow. I must begin to carry out the promise of charity that I made to show my thankfulness to God. For the years I've been used to hearing your tapping sound first, and your footsteps were much slower. Now your steps are rapid, and when you opened the door, I hadn't expected it to be you. I was so used to the fact that things were all changed now. Yes, indeed you must. Well, what did Simeon's widow say? She must have cried when she saw you. Or did she say what a pity it was that Simeon couldn't have lived long enough to be cured? Well, Martha, What'd she say? She didn't say anything. I should have known. But when you gave the time, couldn't see.
No. And I try to understand. I did set out to see her, just as I promised that I would. It's just that I never arrived there.
You never arrived there? You couldn't find the house?
It wasn't my fault. They wouldn't let me.
Who wouldn't let you?
You have to understand, Anna, that this is no small thing that has happened to me. It is a great miracle. Everyone is excited, curious, insistent upon knowing. They surrounded me in the marketplace and kept asking me questions. They just wouldn't let me go.
I see.
So naturally, I had to tell them. And they weren't satisfied merely with a brief recounting. They insisted on knowing every little detail about the master, about what I said, what I did, how I felt.
It's a good curious for someone.
Well, I didn't realize how much time had gone by. How tiring it was to talk so much. You see, as I kept talking, more people came by, and they too stopped, and I had to repeat parts of the story. It went on a long time.
I can understand.
Finally, I couldn't tear myself away from them, but I was so tired I decided to come back here. And on the way back, I realized that I hadn't been to see Simeon's widow. When I left back, I forgot about her. Of course, by then it was too late. I should go tomorrow.
Of course, Michael. So much less now. This new life can be very difficult for you.
Yes, it's quite a responsibility I have now. The one who is being healed by the Master.
Michael.
Yes?
I keep wondering what the Master said.
What?
That we should tell Moses.
Oh, what harm can it do? And the glory to his name, it is Jesus. Isn't it only right that people should know of his great work? So they too will have faith?
If you wanted that, would you have told him not to tell you?
See here, Anna, you were the one who asked me to tell in the first place. Why do you say now that it's wrong?
I didn't say it was wrong. I just didn't know. I feel strangely about this, Michael. It's all.
Heavens, dear Anna. It may yet turn out to be a good thing for us.
A good thing?
Yes. You'd be surprised how important a man your husband has become. Really.
Marcy, you promised that today you would go to see Simeon's widow.
And I will. That night, sir.
How do you make it imagine, Michael? I was only remaining. More than a week has gone by.
Wouldn't I have gone if I had the chance? If it happens, I do have the chance. So I will go.
Father, I didn't want to bring him here, but he insisted. And look what he gave me.
There's a card. Well,
he's waiting outside now. He wants to hear everything that happened.
And who is he?
A rich merchant in Judea. He was journeying through Emmaus and somebody told him about you. So he wanted to come here. I said you were tired of talking about it, but he insisted. And he gave me this coin to bring into the house, so I did.
Have you known?
Sir, and Father says it's all right. Come in.
Well, so you are the blind man who can see,
Yes.
Yes. And welcome to my house.
Thank you. You see, I had so excited my imagination that I had to go to your lips. I had to know every detail. So when I returned to Judea, I could tell everyone in Bethlehem. So I would hear your story.
Well, where shall I begin? Shall I tell you the hardship of being blind, of living in darkness? Shall I tell you acquainted with the stumbling, halting life it is? No. No one with eyes could ever understand that. So I will tell you merely that I was a blind man. And I believed with all my heart that the Master could help me. And I decided... There were two of you, weren't there? Yes, very Gabriel was with me, but I did all the talking. I see. To be perfectly frank, I had the idea in the first place. Indeed? Yes. And when we were in his presence, I called out to him. I was the one who said, "Thou son of David, have mercy on us."
And then what happened?
I went toward him. Not being able to see him, you were still able to beg him. Yes.
I must admit that I do have a sort of seventh sense about such things. I can feel the presence of people, even in my blindness. I was able to go to it.
So remarkable.
And then I
Tell me, what would the master say?
Oh, the master. Well, he said something about whether we really believed in him, believed that he had the power to heal us, and then I said to him, "Yea, Lord." Do you understand what that meant? I mean, the very choice of words. It was not something I dismissed lightly. Those words I selected with the greatest of care. I said not merely, "Yes, I think so," but, "Yea, Lord." Well considered words, but indeed they were. I'm not a man given to random or idle statements, not I. Of course, the reply the master made proved how well chosen my words were.
What did he say?
He touched my eyes and he said, "According to your faith, be it unto you." And you could see immediately thereafter the veil of darkness lifted from my eyes. First, there was the light, and then tongues began to appear within the range of my vision. I saw the master and his face. I saw my friend Gabriel, who would be my companion in darkness. And the miracle was accomplished.
Yes, this master must be the one who said, the Lord himself. Surely he is the Christ to do such a wondrous thing.
Of course, there's no doubt that he is. But it's well to bear in mind the master's own words. According to your faith, be it unto you. That means it was my faith that worked the greatest part of the miracle.
You really believe that?
Oh, he himself said it, didn't he?
Yes, I accept your word that he said it. Well, here is a silver coin to your trouble in telling me this great story. Now I must go.
You do that, Master. Wouldn't you care to hear more?
No, I'd rather go. Here's the coin. Thank you for telling me.
That was a very strange man. One moment he was so interested, and the next moment he was in such haste to leave here. What's the matter with him? Is it true? Or you? Annie, you're approaching me. What's for?
Master, now that I've heard you tell the story again, I've come to realize what's happened to you.
What do you mean by that?
That first night when you told it to me, you were a different man. You were humble in the face of the goodness of God. You spoke of the Master's kindness, of his voice, his face, his eyes. You were a man possessed of a holy feeling. Now it seems this is only yourself.
Oh, no.
Yes, you would make yourself straight. I'm sorry you ever told me or anyone about this destiny.
I know your eyes are wet. You say about the crowd.
Oh, my
Oh, hold still, Anna. Let me look into your face.
You won't like what you see there.
Look at me, Anna.
Yes,
You are disappointed in me, Anna. You're sorry with me, aren't you?
I blame myself, too. I shouldn't have let you tell me if the Master said you shouldn't. His wisdom is great, even as great as his kindness.
Anna, I don't like to have you talk that way. Each word is a reflection on me, on my faith in him.
And why not?
Anna, why do you keep saying things like that?
Because I've just come to realize what has happened to you. You would make this your life's work, telling and retelling this story to gain attention and favor with others. And now you even do it for me.
The silver coin that lies on the floor, I didn't ask for it. The man did it voluntarily. Isn't it right that he should pay me for my trouble? I didn't have to tell him the story.
No, you didn't have to. Nor did you have to say such fine things about your pastor. Once you had humility and reverence. Now you seem to think that you are the important one and the master of his mission.
So that's it, huh?
Yes, that's it. That's why the master forbade you to talk. He knew of the weakness of people who accept the blessings of God and then think they themselves have accomplished those blessings.
Always the master. You didn't even see him. You didn't even hear him. And you keep on speaking as though you knew more of him than I do.
I think one does not have to meet the master face to face to know of his goodness or of his mercy. Martha, what has happened to your faith?
I still have my faith in him.
Is that to tell that merchant that you played the greater part in the miracle?
But didn't the master say, according to your faith, be it unto you? Didn't he say that?
Oh, master.
No. No. No.
Don't cry. Perhaps I should allow my enthusiasm to run away with me. Perhaps I could become a little lame, a little proud instead of being humble. But a man who's been a beggar can go hungry and careless and important. It can be bothered when the chance presents itself.
Oh, you say, Ted. But they will make yourself more important than the master.
From now on, when I tell the story, I shall give the master due credit. And in addition, the thing I've been promising I will do, I will do it. This silver coin, I shall give to Simeon's widow at once.
That would be at least the beginning.
You will see it. You will see the thankfulness of the widow when I give this to her and tell her that this is only the beginning.
Is it to receive her thanks? But you will do it?
Of course not. Come on now. See for yourself. The widow and her two children live along this street. I mean, listen to that instead. Are you wondering what she'll say?
No. I was thinking how much food a widow could buy for her children with a whole silver coin.
Yes, there'll be a celebration in that house tonight. Why, I'll wager they've not eaten well since Simeon died in that tragic way.
How is the widow to feed her family well? It's a necessary bread to eat.
Well, from now on, things will be different for them. I promise it, Anna. Yes. I wonder. So I'll knock upon the door and leave the coin on the doorstep, or shall I wait and indicate myself? What do you think, Anna?
The way of doing it is not so important. But the time it is done is important.
I know. People see the surprise and delight on their faces, and they will never even know. Look, I'll place the coin here, then I'll knock, and you can hide just to the side of the door. Coin. Now, you ready to move quickly and bring them out. I wonder what she'll say, what she'll think.
Oh, when I come to the door, Martha.
Perhaps you didn't hear my knock. I'll lock it in. I don't understand. Yes, of course, there's no one home.
That would be strange, huh?
This time I won't knock. I'll open the door myself.
It will do you no good to enter there, my friend.
I didn't see you, old man.
No, but I saw you. I watched you from my doorway. I saw you knock once, but several times. I should have come out of my house sooner, but I'm an old man and I move very slowly. You must forgive me.
I understand. But you said it would do no good to enter that house. Why?
So the first rooms in the room, no one lives there.
Oh, but you're mistaken. This is Simeon's house. Isn't it strange? You said there was a time when I couldn't see. Isn't this his house?
Yes, no. No, good woman. It was his house.
Oh, you mean with Simeon being dead, it's not his house any longer. I know that. But his widow and the children, so they're still living.
No, and Lucy, what did you say? She begged her, and today we could for her, but it was not enough.
For her?
And the widow, she struggled along as well as she could, not with sister and hopeless. When there was not even enough blood to keep the children alive, she did do anything she could. She gave up her children. Sometimes better not than even starve before her eyes. 3 days ago, she sold them into slavery. Oh, then, in order to stand the shame and happy, she left her. You know where she went. I know exactly. As you heard, she went north to Padua. Someone said she hoped to find work or as a servant in some great household. But this coin, it could buy much food. A week ago, that coin could have meant life itself to the poor woman. Now it's too late. The woman is gone, the children slaves. So, take back your coin and thank you for your kindness. Kindness. Kindness is more the truth.
A week ago, I passed my time telling everyone of the great thing that had happened to me. I boasted. I was proud. Not of something that I had done, but of something God had done for me. Oh, man. That is so right. So right. But that's enough out of that. But the thing here about the vanity of man, even before you attempted to describe your humility, my faith had only become obscured by my vanity, my desire to gain justice, importance for myself. My friend, of all the things of which men boast, how many would be possible without the blessings of God? None. Yet had I been mindful of that a week ago, that poor woman and her children would still have been together as one son. Well, Anna, they will be together.
Martin?
I will set out now for Tiberius. I will find that woman no matter how long it takes. And I'll find their children. So I must work the rest of my life. I will buy their freedom. The harm my vanity has done. And what good I could have done had I only been humble as the Master asked me. Oh, Anna, believe me, I shall make up with you. With the help of God.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we will present The Tree and the Fruit, a drama inspired by the 6th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Luke. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is the ABC Radio Network.